How well do we know The Dark Knight? Let's try to recount the entire film from memory. Hello, movie friends. Welcome to Raiders of the Lost Podcast, the ultimate film and TV podcast. It's time for another special edition of our movies from memory. Today we're going to be doing The Dark Knight. James, when was the last time you saw The Dark Knight?
It's been a while, man. It's been like, I think 2 years at least.
I think 2 years for me.
When we covered the trilogy in one episode, I think that was the last time I watched The Dark Knight, so I'm kind of...
Also fucking banger on YouTube, man. Almost at 200K.
That's a big one for us. I'm kind of nervous about this episode. I've seen it probably 15, 20 times, of course, but I'm just like...
I've seen it more than you.
Probably.
You know what happened? Did I ever tell you how I would watch it when it came out?
You probably watched it every night for like a month straight in your Anthony's movie dungeon. It was Taxi Driver and Dark Knight back to back every night, double feature.
But what I would do is, because it was actually before it came out on DVD and Blu-ray. I don't even think Blu-rays were coming out back then. Maybe they were. But I remember it had come out. We saw it in theaters a few times.
Saw that midnight screening, baby.
And then what I did was I found this streaming site for movies like watchmovies.com or whatever, something like that. And I watched a low-quality version of The Dark Knight probably 20 times in a month.
Really?
Yeah, the month after we saw that, I kept watching it just on my laptop, just like I would sit on the couch. I would just put Dark Knight on. It was just like shitty, like not even HD, like a 1280 at the tops. Just shitty sound.
1280 is technically HD.
It's pretty good,
Yeah,
but it was a low quality.
Yeah.
It's lo-fi 1280. And it sounded terrible, but I just kept watching it over and over again. I couldn't stop watching it.
What else did you do that month?
I can't remember.
Anthony didn't
Nothing
see
important.
the sun at all.
Nothing important.
He was very pale after that. No vitamin D, sickly, just a movie. This is in your movie dungeon on Barton Street, right? Back in the day. Anthony had his own basement, and his room was in there too. But like, it was just he would watch Taxi Driver in the Dark Knight.
It was our basement.
Yeah, but I was away at school for half the year.
You were shredding guitar in the back.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah,
in the
you
other
were shredding guitar. And I was
in our
watching
neighbor's
movies.
basement.
Yeah,
he had a sick setup, so he let me use his amps and stuff. So I'd rip guitar and Anthony would be watching Dark Knight.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I'd come in for breaks and be like, "Oh, I fucking love this movie."
Pretty accurate. Pretty accurate.
So we're gonna do movies from memory on The Dark Knight. We did Interstellar, and then we also did. What did we do out besides
something else?
What was the first one we did?
I can't remember.
Crap, what was it?
I don't know.
Movies from memory. Interstellar.
It was like 8 years ago.
Oh, what was it? Hold on. Lord of the Rings. Fellowship of the Ring.
Fellowship. Yes,
that's what it was. And they're always super fun.
I know, yeah, it's a fun segment we came up with, and we're not doing it every week. We don't want to wear it out, but I think every once in a while, like a few times a month.
Yeah, because it could be its own podcast.
Yeah,
like that's the thing.
That was their idea, like movies from memory. It would be a podcast.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, so someone don't steal it, please. But I mean, that's an excellent idea for a podcast. Honestly,
it's my idea. It was my idea. Give me that money.
But let's do it, man. Obviously, this came out in 2008. Directed by Christopher Nolan, changed the landscape of cinema forever.
You changed things forever.
You changed things forever.
So we're also going to be doing our impressions. So James
I should have been practicing my Joker. Oh, man.
James does a good Joker. You'll get it. The more you do it, the better you'll get at it. So James is going to be doing the Joker lines.
It works better with Mezcal, but it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's pretty early. And then I'll be doing Batman lines. So we'll do our best. Hopefully my throat isn't too thrashed by the end of the episode.
Woo!
But we shall begin with... the opening logos in blue, in just desaturated blue, with
the cello,
the Joker theme,
the long cello, which is great. And this movie has one of my favorite opening sequences of all time. I mean, between The Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, and a lot of Christopher Nolan films in general, he has great opening sequences. And this one is one of the best in any comic book movie of all time. So isn't The Dark Knight Rises.
I also love while the logos are going through, you hear the.
Oh yeah. From the old theme from the first one, from Batman Begins. But it opens up with
it's
that
a pencil.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Pencil tapping.
The helicopter pushing of a skyscraper, and the window just blows open. It's so cool.
And then the guys, they set up the wire, and then once they go across the skyscrapers, you hear doof, 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 doof. those Zimmer drums, man. Oh my God, I love it.
Anthony's so excited right now. Holy crap! Look at him. He's so giddy.
It was just so cool, and then the music that Hans did in this scene was really fantastic. Never heard anything like it before on this scale. But combining electronics, symphonics, and then also these huge propulsive drums, it was just mind-blowing in a lot of ways.
And we're witnessing a great heist opening, and we have all these guys wearing clown masks.
Oh, yeah.
And we have guys that are landing on the roof to take out the security systems. We cut to guys also who are...
They're talking about the Joker.
Working on a safe, talking about the Joker, and some guy holding a mask in his hand, silhouette back shot, Christopher Nolan's trademark, gets picked up in a car, who we don't know who it is yet.
But they say they're talking shit about the Joker, basically.
Yeah. Who does this guy think he thinks he is?
They get a cut without being here. Fucking D-bag.
This whole thing thinks he gets more money. It's awesome.
And then the other ones are like, I hear he wears war paint.
For what? Like a to scare his opponents or whatever.
Something.
He wears makeup like war paint.
Yeah, like war paint. That's it. That's the line. That's the line.
And it's great. It's energetic. We have like 4 different locations.
Shot on IMAX.
Yeah, it looked incredible in IMAX. 4 different locations. The guys on the roof. The guys at the safe.
The roof.
The roof from Boston.
No, the guys. One of the guys says rough.
Rough.
Yeah, 2 guys on the roof.
And then the guys breaking into the bank also with the guns as well. So so 3
locations.
Three groups of guys.
Yeah, and it's an electrified safe, which is why the guy's using sneakers instead
Who electrifies a safe? And we find out it's the mob's money.
Either he's using shoes as gloves or he has feet for hands. I'm not sure which one. We never saw his hands. I'm just kidding.
And obviously, great cameo from a legendary actor who's been in so many great supporting roles in Heat.
William Fichtner.
He's
so legendary, you couldn't remember his name.
I always forget his name. And he was
That's how legendary he is.
For supporting actor roles. I mean, he's in 2 of the best movies ever, man.
What else?
He's in so many things.
Legend status. Absolute legend.
He's a legend, man. You see his face, you know, that guy. Like, I'm sure people come up to him every day like, you're the guy. But it's actually cool because he was in Hypnotic as well, which you just saw Robert Rodriguez's new movie. He actually was a part of the heist in that movie.
Yeah.
Versus both these movies, Heat and Dark Knight. He's not involved in the heists at all. But Nolan cast him in this role as the bank manager, you could say, who's also a representative of the mob, because this is the mob's bank. Their money is here, and he kind of just like calmly realizes what's happening. He doesn't call the police and that guy who's trying to...
He just pulls out a shotgun.
Yeah, but first, when the guys are trying to eliminate the security system on the roof, they say, who'd that call go out to? Didn't go to 911, it went out to a private number.
Yeah.
Because they're calling the mob.
It's a mob bank.
Yeah.
You and your friends are dead!
You and your friends are dead!
And then those 2, after the guy opens the safe, his buddy shoots him in the back of the head.
So yeah, basically this turns into a constant assassination, just limiting the shares so that everyone gets a bigger piece of the pie. One of the guys on the roof gets taken out once his job's done. The roof, the guy at the safe, he gets taken out. Boss told me to take out the safe guy, one less share.
Yeah.
So
he does a great job of showing off-screen violence in this movie.
Yeah, and the anonymity allows for all these hits to be taking place during the job.
Yeah, and then he brings the bags of money back into the lobby, and this is where legend the legend of Fichtner is born.
Yeah. But there's only a couple guys left. We have kind of like the main leader of the clowns right now.
The raspy voice guy. We just call him Raspy.
He's out, right?
Yeah. Where's your account?
But and you can tell just from the physicality of Heath Ledger's Joker that this is him, obviously, but the character, just the way he moves and just what he came up with for this performance is so incredible. Even with the mask on, it's just it's just so enthralling to watch.
Just standing on that street corner, like just standing there.
But just the way he's just like flowing, like dancing around the bank and everything.
He's having fun.
And so
he's having a lot of fun.
He tricks his last remaining partner into thinking that Fichtner's character is out.
Yeah.
Legend's out.
Where's your account?
So he gets taken out, and then Joker shoots the bank manager. And we have that great line from Fichtner's character, the bank manager, talking about the criminals of Gotham. They used to have respect. It used to mean something. And he's like, what do you respect? What do you believe in? I believe in whatever doesn't kill you makes you stranger.
You skipped the bus.
Oh, the bus.
The bus. Moving
Sorry,
too fast,
moving
man.
too fast.
Yeah, you get so excited.
I
You
bet-
wanted to get your
Yeah,
impression
you're
out.
right. I bet the Joker told you to take me out one less share, right?
And then he says,
No, I kill the bus driver.
bus driver. And then the bus backs into the wall.
Then
It's great. It's great.
That's a lot of money.
That guy's not getting up. What happened to the other guys? Boom, 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 boom.
You're right, skipping ahead, man.
Now, legend status, Fichtner says his line. What do you believe in?
And then it's a great sequence, and Joker gets away. He jumps in the back of the bus. It drives away and conveniently slips inside the lane of other school buses. Conveniently, of course, but it's
Yes.
just great.
Yeah.
I've seen so many people complain about, like, oh, how'd they know buses were going to be there at the right points? Like,
Well, that's the plan.
it's really planned out.
That's the plan.
very-
I mean, that's the whole idea of it all.
I know. It's very well planned.
That's why they did a bus.
It's super well coordinated.
They couldn't even figure that out.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But, and then they get away with all that money.
It's a great robbery.
It's fucking awesome because you
Yeah.
don't really see heists like that where everyone gets taken out by each other. And it's really clever and dark.
It's manipulation.
But it also shows how the status of criminality has changed so much in Gotham where they don't even care about each other anymore. They're not even part of crews. They're just out in it for themselves now.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point because then we get the great Batman strings, doom, 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 and then we're learning that cops are afraid to do anything out in the open at night, and
Gordon's on a roof, right?
Gordon's on the roof looking for his boy.
Is there anyone else out there with him?
Yeah,
Ramirez.
Ramirez comes out and she says something. He's like, I like to think it means he's busy.
Ramirez.
But I like the bulletin board in the precinct where they have Batman suspects, and it's like Abe Lincoln, Bigfoot, and a couple other people. Like their photos are up on the board.
Oh, she's like, how's the investigation going on the Batman?
Yeah.
Situation's ongoing.
Yeah. I remember really loving that as a kid. Not a kid, but an 18-year-old.
It's really funny. As a
Not a kid. Not a kid.
Let me guess, you watched this all the time when you were a kid, Anthony, right?
Growing up, yeah.
One of the greatest performances
all
of their
time.
generation.
But then we get the garage scene. We get the return of Cillian, a real legend. Cillian Murphy as Scarecrow. And, he's selling his fear drug, although he's selling it to Russians, and the Russian dude, whatever his name is, he's like, bro, it's making my guys crazy.
I told you it'd take you to places. I didn't say there'd be places you'd want to go. Something like that.
Yeah, they're not.
Look what your drugs did to my customers.
Yeah, exactly. And so
Because it's probably a different kind of heroin that they're probably trying to sell, but like you said, he put his fear drug inside
he's
of it.
like, it's just weed, bro. I swear.
It's Tylenol PM, bro.
Yeah, and then they get attacked by who at first they think is Batman, but then it turns out to be a bunch of copycats, so a group of private vigilantes dressed up as Batman, trying to take out this drug deal and take out the criminals. And one of them has like an Uzi. He's like, that's not him. That's a good Uzi sound.
Thanks, dude.
Yours is better. Okay, we got it. Once James learns he's good at something, get ready.
Oh no, I knew it.
He's gonna be going on it.
I already knew I was good at the Uzi sound. That's why I did it, man. I've just been waiting for 2.5 years to finally pull it out.
Yeah. But then the Batmobile, the Tumbler, crashes through the wall of the garage, and then it just has that great loitering. What is it?
Well, it's cool because we go inside the Tumbler and realize Batman's not in there because Killian goes, that's more like it. And then it says loitering and then fear or intimidation. Intimidate. So now intimidate mode programming and starts to scare the criminals by blowing up some cars.
And then the real guy shows up.
Oh, yeah. And he's got some new tech. He's got like those wrist
The claw.
enhancers.
The claw.
Before the claw, he kind of uses these, like what I'm guessing are enhancers for strength in terms of power and punching because he like
pressurized joints. It's like pressurized joints.
Kind of. So then his punches are like even more impactful. And
it still doesn't explain how he kicked through a brick wall in Dark Knight Rises, though.
Hey, man, he's just... That's a pretty good
bad.
brace. That's a good brace.
Not bad.
It's a good brace. That he just puts on like a knee brace. He's like, oh yeah, still got.
This is my one problem with Dark Knight
It's
Rises.
like 2 days before he was walking with a cane.
Look at the speed, the ferocity.
I see the League of Shadows.
But no, this is a lot of fun. This fight's great because we also get the Rottweilers. He has to deal with those, and they end up being pretty ferocious for him. And Yeah, it's a big dog, big
Leads
dog.
to a good joke.
Yeah, it's a great joke with Alfred later on. But I really like this fight. It's a great tease, and also him battling a vehicle, basically, when the Scarecrow gets away in the van, and then he jumps onto the van and he's just trying to cut through the metal of the van. It's terrific.
I like it's like Inspector Gadget shit. He's like experimenting with new tech. Obviously, like Batman 2 as well, tech, but like having a handsaw maybe wasn't the best idea.
Yeah, not the smartest plan, Batman.
Because then he just gets slammed into a pole.
Oh, dude, every time that
it's a great hit.
Yeah.
And then he gets up, he's like, oh, just another night in the office.
He's like, oh, fuck. Here we go again.
And then he goes, I love
I'm getting too old for this. Those are actually quotes from the movie.
He stands on the railing and he sees the white van with Scarecrow just going down, winding down the lanes, and the great music in the background, then just falls and just superhero landing on top of the van and just demolishes the van.
It's great.
A 220-pound man just like flattens the van.
No, he weighs more than that with the suit on, man.
Well, I mean,
Definitely.
still like a 300-pound guy, I don't think would do that.
Okay, Mr.
No, I'm just having fun, dude.
Plot holes.
It's a superhero
So why
movie.
do you hate The Dark Knight?
So it's so inaccurate. It's like
No, but you know
unrealistic.
why? Because it looks fucking cool.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
It
It's
looks
fucking
cool.
sick. I fucking love it.
Yeah, I
It's
love
one of my
that.
favorite shots in the movie.
And then he ties up all the dudes, and that guy, he's like, "Why can't we help you? Why?" What's he say?
Well, first Killian's like, or he says, "You need help." Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So why can't we? Yeah, you're right. Why
Yeah.
can't we help? And Killian's like,
and then Batman's like, "I don't need help.
not my diagnosis.
What gives you the right?" Something like that. He's like, "I'm not wearing hockey pads."
Great joke. They look down.
Yeah, it's
Nolan
great.
writes great humor. He really does.
He's very funny.
Yeah.
Very funny. He's got like, it's not laugh out loud, but you'll get like 10 good jokes in a Batman movie, and they all land.
Yeah, and then dun, dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun.
All right, now we're cutting into the next scene, which I'm seeing a helicopter shot of the landscape in my mind, right?
Next scene would be it's
Harvey Dent. Yeah. It's the courtroom scene. So
Courtroom
it's
scene, yeah.
helicopter shot of Gotham,
Uh-huh.
and then we have Harvey is late to court. Rachel's already there.
Yes.
Harvey walks in late. She's pissed at him, and he's like, I know these briefs backwards, Harvey. Like, I didn't think you were going to show up. And then Maroney says, I thought DA just played golf with the mayor. Tea time's at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
Plenty of time to put you away, Maroney.
Yeah, that's actually pretty much verbatim. Nice job.
Yeah, and then
So we get a sense of Maroney's going to be a recurring character in the film. We hadn't seen him in the first film, but he's going to have an important role to play in this film, so it's good to get him in early. Also, Maggie Gyllenhaal taking over the reins as Rachel Dawes over what's her name? I'm sorry.
Katie Holmes?
Katie Holmes.
Gotcha.
Katie Holmes, yeah. And Maggie's a terrific actor. I really liked her casting. Katie Holmes had scheduling conflicts, from what I remember reading. But
Yes.
Aaron Eckhart was a great choice for Harvey Dent, I think.
great character of him
Yeah.
opening up, comes in late. You can see he's cocky, but he's
Yeah.
also talented and knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And he's clever because we get the tease at this is Harvey Dent. This is going to be Two-Face at some point in the film. And he says to Rachel, I'll flip you for the floor, basically.
Yeah.
He lands heads. And he says, she's like, lucky you or whatever, something like that. He's like, I make my own luck.
Something like that.
And then he gets to take the lead. And the guy on the stand is to be persecuted. It's used
He's
as a witness to
testifying,
testify against Maroney, but he flips, and on the court he's like, Maroney, he's a fall guy. I'm the brains of the operation.
And then that gets Harvey pissed off, and then he starts to treat him as a hostile witness, and then the gangster pulls out a carbon
How about
fiber
this?
gun.
Permission to treat the hostage as the witness as hostile, and then you want
Permission
hostile? You want to see hostile?
I'll
Pulls
show you
out a gun.
hostile.
Yeah, pulls out a gun.
Click, click, doesn't work, doesn't fire off. So then Harvey takes the gun from him, bashes him in the face, and then he says, next time you want to kill a public servant, I suggest you buy American.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
And then hallway scene with Rachel and Harvey.
She kind of asks him to hook up.
Well, yeah, but they've been
Essentially,
hooking up.
I know, not the first time, but she's like, we could just go back to my place.
But
Pretty
if you're
much
feeling, if you can say you're feeling, what'd she say?
something
Flustered or something like that.
Yeah.
But she's also points out that if they're trying to kill you, it means you're doing something right as the district attorney of Gotham.
If you're not getting shot at, you're not doing your job right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then, so are we going to now? Alfred's looking for Bruce in his suite. In his
It's either
bedroom.
that,
Or Harvey goes to
Jim Gordon. Which one is first?
I feel like we go to Bruce next. I could be wrong though.
Let's think for a moment.
So she says, Jim Gordon, he's a friend, by the way. Be nice.
Okay, yeah, he says that, yeah.
Cut to, is it Alfred bringing coffee and breakfast to the empty bedroom?
I think so.
I think so, too. And
All
then
right.
we go to Gordon after.
So, yeah,
so we'll play it like that.
So Alfred goes to, obviously, it's not the bedroom, it's the penthouse.
Penthouse bedroom.
Penthouse suite.
Yeah.
In the
Well,
skyscraper.
yeah.
I thought you meant like his home. Like, I thought you meant Wayne Manor.
No, I said suite.
Yeah. Oh, did you say suite?
That's the first thing I
I
said.
thought you said bedroom.
And then I said bedroom because he goes into the bedroom, where people sleep with a bed and, probably an alarm clock.
All right, so Alfred walks into the empty penthouse suite bedroom with the alarm clock, with a tray of food.
He's like, God damn, he's not here.
He's not here. I drove all the way here, this motherfucker.
And then he goes and he drives to the river where Bruce has an underground lair.
Underneath
this
the shipping
is a
container.
lair.
So inside of a shipping container, there's an elevator.
Oh, yeah.
And this is actually in Los
It'd be funny if it was just the shipping container. He's like sleeping in there. It's like 10 by 4.
This is an awesome location. It's actually in Los Angeles. You can do photo shoots here and stuff like that.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can rent it to do stuff.
Lots of music videos shot there.
But
Car
it was the
commercials.
first time that I'd seen it, I think, in my life, and it was such a great location and set to see.
I think they built it for this film.
It's
and
possible.
Now it's been just a studio that's for rent now.
It's possible. I have no idea. But I think
you have to email Chris Nolan to use it.
Good luck. He has no email. But I think it's just a really cool look and aesthetic for if Batman was obviously real and existed and Gotham City was real, where would he have his kind of other
interim. It's an interim.
Yeah, or like his tech room kind of.
But it's while Wayne Manor is being built, so it's not like a traditional Bruce Wayne Batman place. Lair. It's an interim while the construction's being finished on Wayne Manor.
It's cool. It's a huge location, and its depth and massive space comes into play later on in the film.
How's he get the tumbler out of there?
The tumbler's never in there.
Yeah,
Is it in there? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they just never show it. He cut around
He
it.
shrinks it. He's probably got like a ramp in there somewhere.
But I love the reveal of it is So Alfred walks
I
in.
thought you were just gonna call him Alf.
Alfie.
Alf for short.
Well, he did play Alfie, so we can call him Alfie. So Alfie walks into the container, closes it, then it's pitch black, and then he just holds the camera on him. Well, obviously they edit when it's so super dark in there, but then we drop down with him. It's still just a handheld medium shot, and then we're dropping down into this hugely lit environment with Alfred. It really makes us feel like we're walking into the space, and that's something I love that Nolan does. He likes to follow characters, no matter what film, no matter how big. He likes to follow them, and he likes to let them lead you into environments for the film.
Now, this sequence, their conversation is a little bit about Harvey Dent as well as.
Well, first he's getting stitched up. Whenever you stitch yourself up, you do make a bloody mess.
Helps me learn from my mistakes. Well, you ought to be pretty knowledgeable by now.
You get mauled by a lion?
It's a dog. A big
dog. Big dog.
Should do fine against cats. Now, the conversation they start to have is about... We're looking at his computers, and he's been trailing Harvey Dent and interested in Harvey Dent as a character that maybe is someone that can take up the mantelpiece of who Batman is.
Yep.
But also, Alfred points out, are you interested in Harvey Dent or who he spends his time with? And he sees a shot of, obviously, Bruce is holding the camera.
Who Rachel spends her time with is her business.
Her business. And it's a shot of Rachel with Harvey Dent, and clearly we find out that they're dating again.
Yeah, he's got cameras in their bedroom. He tortures himself by watching them sleep together.
Imagine if he just casually switched to like a bedroom cam.
He's like, oh, kiss. You didn't see anything, Alfred. Rachel's closet. But then I think this is also when they have the conversation about Batman's limits and Bruce saying, Batman has no limits. He has to be more than just,
Know your limits, Master Wayne.
Can't afford to know them.
Batman has no limits. You do.
That's another theme of this conversation.
And they're not talking about the Joker yet, right?
No.
Joker hasn't come into play until later on. So
Have you seen the movie?
I'm just fucking talking out loud here, bruh.
Please.
So next sequence after this scene is then we have Harvey Dent at Jim Gordon's office.
Oh yeah, big time.
Okay, so this is a cool scene.
Harvey's trying to get connect with Batman.
Exactly. And also we're learning about Jim Gordon and how half his team has been investigated by internal affairs, especially even like Ramirez and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, because well, first he's like radiated bills, pretty fancy stuff for a city cop.
I have multiple relationships with different agencies.
I want to meet him.
First authority on Batman is arrest on site.
Yeah, yes. And then they have that conversation.
If you ever well, what about that light over on the roof on like Second Street?
Yeah.
If you have a problem with faulty equipment, you can go to DWP.
or something. Get that. Where's that DWP guy?
That's the told you I don't want any hot shots around here.
Somebody get this hot shot out of here.
Record The Dark Knight Rises.
Fucking Matthew Modine, everything out of his mouth in that movie is kind of ridiculous.
And so basically the gist of this conversation is they're going to try to work together. And does Jim say that he's going to get him a meeting with Batman, basically?
He basically says, I'll see what I can do, I think.
So they're going to work together. Oh, the banks. So
Yeah.
Jim Gordon tells him that they're going to hit the banks, basically, right? And that they're going to hit them all at the same time. And with the radiated bills, they'll be able to find out who did it.
Fancy stuff.
Be able to track the money and trace the money.
And we also get a hint that Harvey Dent has a nickname. He asks Gordon about the nickname, and Gordon says, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I have no interest in those things.
So we know that there is the Two-Face nickname for Harvey Dent spoken behind his back already, setting it up.
Yeah, he says they had a different name for me down at IA, right?
Yeah.
Internal Affairs.
Internal Affairs, yeah. And then Gordon says something like, if I arrested if I didn't trust everybody I investigated in IA, I wouldn't have anybody on my department to work with. So
Yeah.
he's basically saying, the corruption is so widespread that you gotta do what you can with what you have.
Yeah, I think they're worried about a leak because they're
Absolutely.
the only two people who know about this heist. I mean, the bank situation that they're gonna go after them, and they're worried about what if your people talk. And Gordon's like, I mean, I'd be alone. You're right. I'd be working alone. All right, what is gonna happen next in the Dark Knight?
Next we got.
Let's see.
Well, next is it's the Joker scene. Yes,
Which Joker scene?
with the thugs. Because he's gonna warn them about the trap with the money.
So this is when.
Wait, no, Lau.
Lau.
Yeah, Lau. So yeah, Bruce wants to go to get Lau in Hong Kong.
No, he isn't. He's not in Hong Kong yet.
Oh fuck, we're fucking up.
All right, no, hold on. We can figure this out, man. We can figure this out.
Yeah.
So the bank heist. Okay, so the bank heist happens, and then we do Lau on the TV, then Joker's intro, right?
Bank heist in terms of.
Now they're gonna go do the bank heist. I mean, the cops are gonna go after the banks right now.
Yes,
But the money's gonna be gone,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, we skipped the Gordon Batman conversation in the bank vault.
That's what I'm talking about right now.
Okay.
That's so the cops go to take the banks, but there's no money left.
No, but before that, it's Batman and Gordon in the bank vault from the opening scene. And then he disappears,
Oh,
remember?
man.
we
Okay,
skipped that
so
one.
Joker's robbery.
Joker's robbery aftermath.
Is that in this sequence?
It happens right after this. It's the next scene, I believe. Or no, it's the
same. So this is when the
No.
okay.
So we see Gordon with Batman before we see Gordon.
Harvey with Gordon.
Yeah, exactly. So Batman Gordon is after the court case.
Gotcha. Okay, so let's go back in time. So this is where they come up with the idea for radiated bills, and this
Yeah.
is where Harvey and Jim
Exactly.
talk about it. So you're right. So after the Joker heist, they're inside the bank vault. Gordon and Ramirez are talking. Then Batman shows up.
And then
What's
Ramirez
he doing here?
Yeah, then Ramirez leaves.
He's good. Give us the room, Lieutenant, something like that.
Yeah.
And they start talking about this is where Batman suggests using radiated bills
Yeah.
so that they can trace the bills next time
Exactly. And then he disappears.
and see where the money's going, because they're trying to take down the mob. And you hit him where it hurts the wallet.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically.
So now we set that up.
All right, thanks for remembering that. Because now I think the next sequence is the cops going after the banks.
They go to all the banks and they find in every vault that all the money is gone from each bank.
Except for like a little stack, and Jim kicks it.
Yeah, he kicks it. I hate this money! Screw you, money!
Goddamn mob.
But before that, we saw a montage of like a thugs throwing money into that huge 18-wheeler. And then we get the scene, Joker's introduction, his proper introduction.
Yeah, so proper introduction. This is where I don't think Lau comes on camera in person before this, right?
No, so he does. So all the mobsters get around the table, and then they turn on the TV, and Lau explains.
No, I'm saying Lau in person.
Oh yeah,
like
exactly.
not on the TV.
Just on TV.
This is his first shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And so Lau explains, hey, I took all of our money and I'm taking it to Hong Kong away from Dent's jurisdiction. I'll keep in touch, but like they're not going to get our money.
The Chinese won't extradite one of their own.
Yeah.
And so basically your money's safe. I took it out just in time and y'all are good.
Don't worry, guys. You
And
can
then-
trust me.
And I thought my jokes were bad.
It's just great hearing the echo of his laugh, you know what I mean? You just hear it bouncing through the walls before you even see him. And then he does the following shot, and you're like, oh my God, what's he look like? And then he finally cut to the reverse of the full reveal of Joker as he approaches the table.
It's an incredible reveal, and it was shocking the first time we saw it. Obviously, the marketing campaign for this movie was really good because they showed hardly anything. And just the tease of Joker's voice, some really interesting posters. You always talk about that one where he's behind blurred glass, but you can see the smile with blood written.
Mm-hmm.
So great marketing campaign, and just holding on to that great card of what is the Joker going to be like in this movie was one of the greatest strengths of this film, was why it was such a sensation, despite in addition to being a terrific movie. And it's a great scene. You know, we get so much great dialogue and juicy dialogue from Joker talking about basically how Lau is a squealer, and I know a squealer when I see one. In he points right to the TV because he's saying like, Batman has no jurisdiction. He'll go there and he'll make him squeeze.
Exactly,
He'll
yeah.
squeeze him until he gives you up and gives up all your money.
So everyone thinks that, you know, Dent and Gordon in the DA's office are their real threat, but Joker's trying to make them see that your real problem is Batman, and Batman is what we have to take care of.
And all these thugs, they all know that Joker stole their money, and they're looking at him, they're ready to kill him. He's like,
Nice suit.
Yeah, it wasn't cheap. You ought to know.
You paid for it.
Basically.
I love the design.
I
I love the design, and I saw this great interview with the costume designer, and she said that Heath was heavily involved in the design of everything, about not just the makeup but the suit as well. And they went through dozens and dozens of shades of purple until they settled on that final purple look.
That's perfect.
Yeah, and they at first they were worried, are we going too purpley? Is it too much? And then they started desaturating it, and it was more pale in terms of purple and closer to purple grayish. But then they did some more tests. We're like, no, we just got to go full on purple, and it really works.
Yeah, and that's why I think Joker works really well, where they just got rid of the purple and they went with red instead. I think that was a really good artistic and aesthetic decision.
Definitely, for sure. And the makeup is so different.
Yeah, but this Joker design is hands down the best, and also seeing his facial scarring, and it was just such a great idea to basically give the Joker actual scars for that massive ear-to-ear grin and smile,
Yeah.
which he can't get rid of now, which he obviously puts the red makeup over, and it's a reference to that, what's it called, the in I think it's Scotland, in one of the cities in Scotland, it's called like the something smile. It's just something that a gang does to people. The guy from Sons of Anarchy has it because it actually happened to him.
Yeah.
Someone let us know which city it is, if it's Scotland or England.
I think it's Scotland. And also, I mean, just the disgusting yellow-brown teeth, the greasy hair, not just green, but extremely green. It's like, it's almost as if you know what he would smell like. You know what I mean? He's just like, he looks like he just smells terrible. You know what I mean?
And you can also see, like, there's still blonde in there, so you can, like, the makeup, it's just, like, done every day, like, it looks like. So that's why I love the aesthetic. It's not perfect. It's sloppy, but also effective.
And then, obviously, the pencil kill is fantastic, the magic trick. And then, but just the way he goes like, ta-da! You know, it's not as it's not like what you would expect, which is why it's so great. It's like, it's very rough and gritty and disturbing. It's more, It's so much different from what Hamill did. You know what I mean? Which I think was important.
And it's so clever. He's got a great plan because they can't kill him, first of all, because he's got a bunch of grenades in his pocket. And then he's like, let's not blow things out of proportion. And then he has a proposition for them all.
Enough from the clown.
Well, first of all, he says, why do you have your group therapy sessions here in broad daylight? What happened? Your balls drop off 2 years ago? And then no one used to come. You didn't used to bow down to anyone, basically. What happened? And he's talking about the Batman. He's like, basically, I will kill the Batman for you for half of your money. Half.
You're crazy.
No, I'm not. But it's a great proposition. And, he's like, never do something. If you're good at something, never do it for free.
And then that's when...
Enough from the clown!
Yeah, and then that's when he basically reveals the grenades, which is also, I think, just really brilliant for him to get out of there.
Yeah.
And I love how we just, he's in the doorway, and then he just, sidesteps into the door. And I love what he says. You think you can just steal from us and get away from it?
Yeah. The magic trick is still great, too. Because you want to see magic, because he knows someone's going to get up and come after him. And it's gone.
It's gone.
It's really terrific stuff, and that was a shocking thing to see, and it was an incredible scene. And I think
really did a great job for making a movie PG-13. How, not bloody, but how graphic it can be.
Pretty much all the Joker's violence is off screen in this movie. The majority of it. I mean, even that great knife for the. Well, why so serious? That's off-camera kill. This is an off-camera kill. Basically.
I would pay money to if there was a cut with the two guys attacking each other with a broken pool cue.
That'd be cool.
And to see who ended up winning. Oh my god! Imagine if that was in the movie. Holy crap!
We'll get to that.
Oh yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself.
But you're right. So then he leaves, and he said, but before he goes, he's like, "Here's my card."
And then we're gonna cut
just a Joker card.
Yeah, it's great. It's fucking awesome, man. And then we cut to the rooftop. Dent, Batman, and Gordon. You're a tough man to get a hold of. And then
basically Harvey's pissed.
Yeah.
He would be super stoked to be meeting Batman right now, but he's upset.
Gordon's pissed.
They're all pissed.
Yes, but Gordon's the one screaming. They knew we were coming.
But they blame each other.
Yeah.
Harvey says there's a leak in your department, and basically Gordon's saying there's a leak in your department. And he's like, you're over there working with scum like Ramirez. Yeah, Ramirez had your rookie cop on a racketeering case 2 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
So basically they can't trust anyone, and what their biggest problem right now is they can't trust each other.
Yeah, but they can trust
Batman. But Batman has a plan.
Yeah.
His plan is going to be, I'll go to China. I'll get loud.
I'll get him to talk.
I'll get him. Can you get him to talk? I'll get him to sing.
Hey, I'm doing Batman.
Sorry.
This guy.
Hey, you did 2 Joker lines.
I'll get him to sing. Okay, you're right. I did it.
All right, we'll have a rule. You're a Batman. I'm Joker.
Okay. Good rule.
Yeah.
I'll get him to sing.
And then they all turn, and then Batman disappears. And then Harvey's like, where do you go? And Jim's like, he does that.
Then we're in over the ocean, sailing. Beautiful.
Is that where we're at now? Hold on. Is there anything with Rachel right now?
No, man.
Let's think.
Mm-mm.
Yes, there is.
Oh.
Because before he goes,
Uh-huh.
Bruce has to make a cover, right?
Uh-huh.
And so Harvey and Rachel go to see a ballet show, and
A
it's
ballet.
a ballet.
You just say
They're on a date,
bingo.
and they get to the
Just say bingo.
and they get to the front door, and it says there's a newspaper clipping where the show's over, and it's just a billionaire takes entire ballet crew and dancers on a love voyage.
Would have been nice to go on their website, guys. It's pre-internet days.
It was around. It was around. And then we cut
to the sailing.
Bruce is just drinking a sparkling water.
Yeah, and then
waiting for that plane lands on the ocean.
Yeah, and then before Bruce jumps out, Alfred says, "Tell me the Russian for apply your own bloody suntan lotion."
I don't know, Alfred. My head would be lubed the whole time.
Oh my god.
Then Bruce does a great dive off that yacht, man.
Perfect dive.
Perfect dive. Gets on that plane, and he's flying to China.
He's flying, man.
And who's Wait, we have there's a Fox scene before this, isn't there?
Yes.
There is.
He goes to Fox into the R&D.
Okay,
he
so
wants to know how. He's like, I need to get out of like a situation.
Well,
what's the best
there's
way?
a few things first because we're going back in time. Let's go back in time a few scenes.
Sure.
He goes to see Locks. I mean,
Locks.
He goes to see Sam and Locks. Goes to see Lucius Fox at Wayne Towers R&D, and they go over new armor. And he's like, how is it against dogs? Should do fine against cats.
Yeah.
Funny stuff like that.
But before that, it was when Bruce was sleeping in the boardroom meeting.
Oh,
yeah,
you're right.
And he says, "Hey, I need a new suit. 3 buttons is getting is a little outdated."
But also the sequence with the accountant
the
is
accountant,
there because he's like, I know Mr. Wayne is curious where his trust fund comes from, but this is embarrassing.
Yeah. And he says, "Let me worry about Mr. Wayne. You worry about." And he says, "Run the numbers again."
Yeah. Yeah, that all
Run
happens
him
before,
again.
right? Because
Yeah.
then he meets Lucius in China.
Yes.
Right? All right, so, and then also, like you said.
They go downstairs. We get the gauntlet blades that can shoot out.
Perhaps read the manual.
Perhaps it'd be nice to read the instructions first.
Is this where he shows the new fabric too? Or is that in the first one? I can't remember.
The first one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Jeez,
Different fucking movie, man. I need a cape.
Okay, so the gauntlets, the armor, and then I need to turn my head faster.
It's the bodysuit.
Yeah, it'd make backing out of the driveway a little easier.
Yeah.
And then
you'd like to be able to turn your head.
Getting out, I need to be lighter.
Sonar, like a submarine.
Oh yeah, it shows him. That's later on, yeah. And then, but also talking about how to get out of a situation. You said earlier, real quick.
Yeah.
Without a plane or without access.
He says there was some kind of program in
Vietnam, I think.
Some kind of
the CIA
program
balloon
where
thing.
They were developing something. Yeah.
And
he says I can look into that. He says we can look into that.
Right. All right. So
he's like very fatherly to him. He like patronized.
So Bruce meets Lucius in China. No one knows Bruce is in China, obviously, but
he's just like pretending to take photos of things.
But they set up a meeting between Lucius and Lau. Lau was at that meeting, with them. Remember?
Yes.
So I think Lau is in person before the TV scene.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so
we do. Yeah.
Lau is on the. So I think that board meeting happens way sooner.
Yeah, Lucius and Lau have. Yeah, they meet earlier.
But Bruce.
But it's just for.
Okay, and then this is where Bruce says that he wants to call a deal off because he just want to take a closer look at the books because Lucius is like, they have to be doing things off the books right now. Something illegal is going on.
Yeah.
And Bruce is like,
their
all right,
revenue stream is through the roof.
Yeah, so they're going to end the deal, but until then, they're gonna send Lucius to China as a cover.
Yeah, and he's got and he's got the phone that can disable the electronics and surveillance.
It doesn't disable it; it just makes a mapping reading of the entire floor to sequencing.
Yeah,
so it doesn't shut down security.
Yeah,
it makes that floor to ceiling map.
Yeah,
blueprint, basically digital blueprint.
Like
so that
a submarine,
like a submarine, precisely.
And then Lucius has his meeting with Lau, where Lucius says, "You know, it's not gonna work out, bro." And then Lau's like, "A simple phone call could have sufficed."
But he needed to be there so that his phone could register the mapping.
And the security guard's like, "I got your phone, man." And Lucius is like, "I already got one." He's like, "Wait, didn't that guy give me his phone?"
We don't allow phones in the building, something like that. Yeah. But it's a great sequence, and this is how Bruce is able to get the mapping of the building so that he can go in with this new kind of sonar tech in his goggles.
I'm saying no, this is not. There's no sonar yet. That's later on.
He maps the whole building, though.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't. He does not map the building in this part.
That was the whole point. The phone going off, that was the whole point of that.
I think the phone going off was for... I don't know. I can't remember.
It's to map the building.
But he doesn't use goggles.
But I think, or I don't know, but it's probably just to introduce the tech because Lucius brings 2 phones with him. He gives a phone to the security guard.
I know. We just recounted that part, but it's not that's not revealed until the Joker sequence at the end. That's when he first does that. He's not mapping anything in this sequence. I'm trying to remember exactly what the point of the phone was. I think it was for disabling comms and turning down because remember before Batman comes in. All the electricity and power inside the building goes out, and all the security are like, "Oh shit!" I think that's what that phone did.
You're right, because they cut to the drawer, the see-through drawer
Yes.
at the
And it's doing like
security
some
stand,
code shit.
and it lights up.
Yes.
And then the power goes
Yeah.
out.
So
Okay.
sonar's later in the film.
It did both, though.
Whatever.
It can do both.
It can eventually. But this is where Fox and I almost call him Bale, Bruce, they were talking about sonar for using it in the future.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And so then it cuts to Batman.
So yeah, it's not used for mapping.
Exactly. Not
Here.
yet. Yeah. Not here, not yet.
The incredible helicopter shot of Bruce on a fucking skyscraper. And what I love about the sequence is he's not in his full Batman suit. He's not wearing the ears. And he's not wearing a cape. I mean, no, yes, he is. No.
He's just not wearing his mask.
Never mind. He's not wearing the mask. You're right. The ears. He's got the cape because he fucking flies.
He's got no ears.
No, I feel like he puts the cape on after he shoots the gun.
No, so Batman's cape in the Dark Knight movies, it's not like always out. He can like pull it out.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
But the shot of him on the skyscraper as he's shooting, it's just the suit. There's no cape attached.
Yeah, but it's like bundled up in there.
It must be. I gotta look
that's
at it
how
again.
it works.
Yeah, okay.
Because he can have it. He can just like press a button and it comes out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But he's definitely got ears.
Well, yeah.
He's just not wearing
the bat ears.
He's just not wearing the mask right now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And actually, you saw this great interview with Chris Nolan the other day talking about, pushing the limits and the boundaries of what they could do for changing up the costume to make it like, obviously they don't use yellow at all. They don't have the yellow bat symbol circle. That was something that he wanted to eliminate because he wanted to bring realism to it. But he's talking about the suit. And he's like, and we try to see like what would Batman be like without the ears and without the cape. And they came to the conclusion pretty quickly that he's only Batman when he has the cape and the ears. If you take those away, he's just like a SWAT guy, he said.
Yeah.
Basically, he's like the Punisher in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So they're essential to the look and design of the character, which I thought was really cool that they just went through every kind of design type and idea, but then realizing like you got to keep it.
And the yellow doesn't work for this approach because it would just if you're trying to hide in darkness, yellow would be like a spotlight.
He's a ninja.
Yeah, he's a ninja.
Batman's a ninja in this trilogy.
And then we get the great jump off the edge of the skyscraper.
Well, hold on. First, that cool explosive like goo gun. It just shoots the explosives and attaches to windows.
Yes.
And the music's terrific. And we have some horns come in and out, but then when Bruce is finally ready to jump, then we go to complete silence until Hans starts to ramp it up for when he's gliding through the air. And then when he starts to dive bomb through one of the windows as they explode.
Yeah. I'm not a hero is the name of this track.
Yeah. And well, at the same time also, Lau is with all of his bodyguards, and
because the power went out.
Power goes out. They're freaking out. He's like, "Where are the police? What am I paying so much money for?" Obviously, he's got them in their pocket.
And then the charges go off, breaking all the glass windows in which he set charges onto, and he tumbles into the floor and starts attacking all security, making sure not to kill anyone, obviously, but he beats some people to pieces, man.
Dodges some bullets too.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah.
And he grabs Lau, and the police show up as well at the same time. So they all have him and Lau at gunpoint, and
cornered.
And he blows one of the windows behind him out, and then we hear a plane coming in the distance overhead, and it's really low. And then Batman lets out some sort of balloon with a light attached to it.
It's a nice little balloon.
And it floats into the air outside the skyscraper. And then magnetically it attaches to the plane that's flying overhead.
It's a Skyhook.
Skyhook! Fuck yeah, dude.
Skyhook. Nice.
Job.
High five. Yeah, it's a great way to escape. And I wonder who's flying that plane. Like, they must have been a private pilot that he paid a handsome amount of money to.
Yeah, like a smuggler.
Like, also, you get to factor in, like, the pilot can't know what he's doing or who he's working for, you know?
But how does he, like, obviously he reels it in. How's the guy not go, dude, you're Batman? Like,
exactly.
You have to kill him.
They hired a blind pilot.
It's an AI-operated plane.
Hey, I mean, that could work. For someone with that much money, they have that tech.
Yeah, he would have that tech.
Yeah.
But it's pretty great. But it's probably just a smuggler.
It's something where it's like,
Don't look in the
show.
back.
We don't need
Yeah,
to show it.
Don't look in the back.
Yeah. Nolan's like, there's no need to show who the pilot is. Really,
Exactly.
audiences aren't going to be like, oh, who's flying the plane?
But it's super badass. This is such a great sequence, and just coming up with something like this is just fucking awesome.
Yeah, and then it cuts to Lau is sitting outside of the DA's office, tied to a post with a sign.
It says, "Deliver me to Commissioner Gordon or Detective Gordon,"
Something like that.
because he's not commissioner yet.
He's not. He's a lieutenant.
Yeah, Lieutenant Detective Gordon becomes commissioner later on. It's super funny. It's great. He's just been passed out. He's just right there. All right, now that Lau is in custody,
What's next?
let's think. Let's think.
Okay, is fuck.
We're doing pretty good.
It's Rachel is making the deal with Lau, and then they come up with she comes up with the idea of the
Well, first Lau's like, first they threaten Lau, like, how long do you think you'll last in county?
Yeah.
Because he's in protected custody right now. And they're trying to be like, what can you give us, basically?
and then this is where she gets the idea for the RICO case.
Because he says, I'm good with calculations.
Yeah.
He knows all the money. He knows where all the money is.
And so she goes, oh, if we do a RICO case, I'll be able to tie everybody to him and then we can try everybody involved in the organization.
Yeah, you try one person, you can try them all.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not sure the legal accuracy of this kind of case, but it sounds cool in a movie.
No, it's accurate.
Yeah.
It's called the RICO case.
Yeah.
It's from that's what the case that was called. It was called RICO versus someone, but it's in a real DA's office did this for real, big time reality. And then it cuts to the courtroom, right, with like 300 people being tried.
Well, first they get arrested. So
he
Shane
arrests.
goes and arrests the gangsters.
Yeah.
And Maroy's like, "You gonna embarrass me in front of my friends?"
Our boy sure looks good on the tube. Talk about Harvey on TV.
Yeah, and then they arrest them all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then it's real quick. It moves right into the courtroom, arresting them all, and they all
Yeah.
get arrested.
And then we cut to, well, first of all, the judge pulls out
A card in
and
her files.
Yeah, it's just a Joker card, and then she thinks nothing of it and puts it aside. That's a great little hint of foreshadowing. And then we cut to the party. Correct me if I'm wrong.
So the fundraiser. Let's just make sure we're not missing anything else. So before this, anything with Rachel, anything with Alfred,
Not that I can think of.
anything with Lucius.
Because the next time we see the Joker is at the party.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. So
Yeah.
fundraiser for Harvey Dent, because
Yeah.
now he's the White Knight of Gotham. He's a hero.
Oh, we forgot something.
What?
Dinner.
Damn.
Fucking dinner.
The dinner.
Yeah.
When is the dinner? Is after all this, right?
Yes,
So this
yes.
is before the fundraiser. Okay, so this
This is
where they
after
get the idea.
Lau. This is
And
after
then
Lau.
they also okay, guys. So Rachel and Harvey are having dinner at a nice restaurant.
Yeah.
And Bruce walks in with a prima ballerina, and even Rachel's like, "Aren't you a prima ballerina?" He's like,
Pre-med ballerina.
"No, I thought it was prima ballerina from the show, the ballet."
I thought she was a pre-med.
Well, how would she know she's pre-med?
Because she's very impressive.
No, I think prima ballerina is like you're like you're the lead of the ballet.
I think you're right.
You can double-
Prima
prima ballerina.
ballerina. I'm an idiot.
You're pre-med, aren't you? Yeah, how'd you know? Just a guess. So, but they're
Yeah, I
having
think-
dinner.
Yeah, prima ballerina.
Yeah, prima
I'm
ballerina.
a fucking idiot. I thought
It's
she was
okay.
a pre-med ballerina all my life.
And Bruce walks in. Obviously, I love this version of Bruce being the cocky.
Principal dancer.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
yeah. So he's basically, this is the facade of Bruce Wayne, the public persona of Bruce Wayne. He's meeting Harvey Dent and bringing up how they're old friends and how they should put two tables together. And Harvey's
It's
like,
okay. I own the place.
I don't think they'll let us. Yeah, it's okay. I own the place.
And he's like,
And what Bruce is doing, he probably knew that they were going to be here, and he just kind of probably wanted an introduction to Harvey to kind of get what he was all about in his basically ideology. And, you know, all the things that Harvey says really capture Bruce as, this is the answer that I need. I can't be Batman forever. I need someone to take up the mantle of being the hero of Gotham. This is the guy. This guy can do it. And he says, that's it. I'm convinced.
I'm
going to
sold.
I'm going to throw you a fundraiser. And Harvey's like, oh, I'm not up for re-election until next year. He's like, you don't understand. A fundraiser with me and my friends, you'll be set for life.
me and my pals, you'll never need another cent.
Yeah,
Get the
basically.
fucking line right.
All right, all right, pre-med ballerina.
I don't know what you're talking about. One fundraiser with my pals, you won't ever need another cent.
Meaning he's about to make bank.
Oh, yeah. It's very much how politics work. Unfortunately, also we got the great line, which is one of the main themes, and it is the theme for Harvey's character. you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain, which is alluded to when they talk about Caesar.
Exactly.
in Rome.
And also, the ballerina kind of is like, what if Harvey Dent is the Caped Crusader? I think if I was running out at night, someone would have noticed.
And then her and Harvey grab hands, and then Bruce is like, motherfucker.
Bruce slams the table.
God damn it! Take your hands off her. Get your filthy hands off. Fucking pussy. Rachel, I'm Batman. You know how cool I am. But I'm Batman. This guy's a bitch. I'm Batman.
All right, let's get to the fundraiser now.
I know there's a scene between this and that, but whatever.
There probably is.
We already said it, I think. But I'm pretty sure it doesn't cut right to the fundraiser.
Now, well, let's think.
Whatever. I think it cuts to the Laos scene after this.
So the Joker's starting to come after people as well at the same time as the fundraiser, right? So he's starting to go after the judge. He's going after the commissioner. I think it's all happening at the same time, right?
Is the Joker pool room scene in between the dinner?
I think the Joker pool room scenes before this,
this is when he pretends to have himself turned
caught. Got you.
Yeah, dead body. He acts dead, and then two thugs bring him into one of the gangsters.
What's that gangster's name? It starts with a B, I think.
I can't remember. I can't remember any of their names.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I just remember Maroney's name.
But again, he surprises them. They get the drop on them, and then Joker does his first Scars tale.
Yeah,
if you wanna.
So this is the. You wanna know how I got these scars? My father was a drinker, and he just basically kind of is making up a story, and basically saying that one night he goes off crazier than usual, and his mom
gets the kitchen knife,
and he attacks her. But then he takes the knife, he sticks the blade in my mouth, and does this. And
that's the
he says, "Why so serious?" Yeah, basically the first "Why so serious?"
Exactly. Yeah.
Monologue. It's really terrific. It's terrifying. And then as he's saying it, the cello strings are getting louder and louder. And then he looks to the guy who's in shock at the blade being inside the guy's mouth, and he goes, "Why so serious?" Then kills him off camera.
Yeah,
which is great.
We just see the guy fall, and then there's two thugs left, and then Joker's basically three. Oh my God, you're right.
And he breaks a pool cue and puts one piece down.
Yeah,
he's like, our organization is new and young, but that means we're open for aggressive expansion. And we're gonna have tryouts, but only one spot's open.
Yeah, make it fast, man. If there's a scene in a movie that I wish was longer. Oh my God! Imagine that scene.
But you don't need to see it though.
I know, but I want to. I want to.
Yeah. All right. So we got. Thanks for remembering that.
Then it's the fundraiser.
Then we have the fundraiser because I'm trying to think when he starts killing the commissioner and the mayor and all that stuff. Oh, the mayor with the dummy.
Oh fuck yeah!
I mean, not the dummy, the guy that's hung. So that's definitely earlier, right?
Yeah, the copycat.
So
This is after
the arrest. After the RICO case.
Yes,
Gordon is called into the mayor's office with the commissioner
because they did a good job.
Yeah, and then but then the mayor's warning Gordon, they're gonna come after you now once you go after the walls. So he's
warning Harvey.
Oh yeah, he has Gordon leave.
Yeah.
So he's like, I hope you're up for it.
He's like, leave us.
So I hope you're up for it. He has the commissioner and Gordon leave. Hope you're up for it. And then he's looking out the window. And then the collision of the hung Batman impersonator vigilante smashing against the window, and he was killed and murdered, obviously. It says, he has a sign on his chest. It says,
"Will the real Batman stand up?
Yeah,
please stand up." Yeah,
great little reference to Eminem.
Yeah,
and then we have Bruce.
And Bruce and Alfred are watching it on TV.
Yeah, they're watching the news report on TV, and
then they put on Jersey Shore.
It wasn't out yet, was it? 2008, nah. And then they show the reveal the footage. Not in 2008. That was in.
Oh yeah, you used to watch it, so you know.
Exactly, GTL. And
what's GTL?
Jim Tan Laundry.
You still live that lifestyle.
Kind of, actually. I mean, I do laundry, and I do like to get some sun, and I go to the gym.
That's your life still.
Kind of, a little bit.
Nothing's changed.
Hey.
Do they say that? Hey.
No, sometimes probably. But back to the graphic report of the footage of Joker interrogating and intimidating this guy and basically telling Batman to reveal himself, and if every day he doesn't reveal himself, I'm going to kill a person every day.
He says that every day
People will die. And believe me, I'm a man of my word.
Can you do the laugh? That was good.
Thanks.
That was good. Yeah. And then the guy's like, oh, oh,
oh, it's okay. Shush.
I love that.
Look at me.
Yeah, and from what I read, Nolan just gave him the camera and let Heath Ledger do his thing. And he improvised a lot of that. There was dialogue written, but he really just let Heath do whatever he wanted with the camera. It came out really, really fantastic.
You want to see how crazy Batman's made Gotham?
And Heath actually had a lot of experience with filming himself. Have you ever seen the documentary?
Yeah, he's always had a camera.
Yeah, he always had a camcorder he took everywhere, and he would film things, and he would film himself. And so I think that Nolan might have seen some of the footage and gave him the confidence to let Heath take the lead on that.
I agree.
Because I think that's probably the most disturbing scene I've seen in a comic book film. I think it's a really powerful moment. That footage, that handheld documentary style footage of him tormenting and murdering this person, and I think it's one of the strongest parts of this movie.
Feels so real.
Exactly.
Feels so real.
Yeah.
And visceral. You know, it's tough.
Yeah, visceral is a great word.
Another thing, it's like Joker's kills are pretty much off camera, and we don't even see what happens to this guy. We just see him being hung, but then it's really powerful to see the result of what he did to him, and then to see before he did what he did to him.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But we see the feral insanity of Joker in this sequence really well.
And now we finally get to the fundraiser.
Yeah, now
finally.
We're not missing anything else, are we?
12 hours later. Do you want to get to our intermission before we get into the fundraiser?
Honestly, I feel like we should just stay on the momentum.
Let's just get out of the fundraiser. Yeah, let's get it over with.
No, I think we should stay in momentum because, I don't want to lose our train of thought.
Yeah.
And I say maybe just do the intermission at the end of the episode.
But then it's not an intermission.
Then it's an
epilogue.
It's a post-credit.
No, we got to do the intermission. People love the intermission.
All right, fine. We'll do the intermission, then get to the fundraiser and going forward.
Yes.
All right, so now before we continue, the best way to support Raiders of the Lost podcast is to become a patron right now at patreon.com/Raiders of the Lost podcast. We have 5 different tiers of support. We have $2, $5, $10, $25, and $100. Every single tier gets you a bunch of awesome perks, and they all have access to 2 weekly bonus episodes. The weekly chat has now exclusively been moved to Patreon only. Every patron has access to that every Wednesday. And also we do a bonus episode every week just for every patron as well of the show. So everyone has access to this content every week. The $10 tier gets you access to our Discord. It's an incredible community. We're on there all the time. Hundreds of people are on there. We're doing watch parties a couple times a month. It's so much fun. $25, one of the best perks in that one is you get your own custom episode. You pick a topic and we'll do it for you. The $100 tier has the best perks, a ton of them. Some of my favorites include a watch party with just you and us, the 3 of us, which is super fun.
Just the 3 of us.
And then 3 months of being in the Chosen One category and tier. You get to come on the show for a fun guest segment, which is a blast. So Patreon helps us do the full showtime. It's essential to what I said.
Help us do the full showtime.
Patreon allows us to do the show full time. It's essential to our keeping the lights on. So thank you so much to everyone who is a patron of Raiders of the Lost podcast.
We're watching American Psycho on Wednesday on Discord.
Beat Blade?
Yeah. It destroyed Blade.
Wow.
It didn't just kill him. It destroyed him.
They were neck and neck for a while.
They took it was a landslide victory.
Wow.
Yeah, landslide. This episode is also sponsored by our friends at movieposters.com, the #1 place to get your posters online today. Be sure to use our promo code at movieposters.com to get 10% off your order today. Before we continue, one of the best ways you can support Raiders of the Lost podcast is leaving those 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify. You can leave a 5-star review on both platforms. Apple also gives you the ability to leave a written review, which are super helpful, as well as subscribe on YouTube if you're watching. Now let's get into our intermission.
Oh yeah, you ready?
I'm ready.
Start with the movie quote competition. You can be as mad as a mad dog at the way things went. You can curse the fates, but when it comes to the end, you have to let go.
I have no idea.
Let me do another. This is a tough one, yeah. Here, this one might help. Life can be understood Life can only be understood looking backward. It must be lived forward.
I don't know.
Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
That was pretty good, Brad.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good, Brad.
That's a tough quote.
It was.
That whole movie, it doesn't have like super memorable quotes, but it's a great script.
Yeah, I can't. It's a good script. Steve Zalian.
Life can only be understood.
I see. He thinks he does something good that he just keeps doing it. I said he did a pretty good Brad, and now I'm gonna hear nothing but Brad all week. You just say bango.
I don't know why my Siri's going off on my laptop. Siri, turn off. Go away.
All right, here's my quote. It's two characters speaking.
Siri, no. Turn off.
Okay. There was a moment when I used to blame everything and everyone for all the pain and suffering and vile things that happened to me that I saw happen to my people. Used to blame everybody, blamed white people, blamed society, blamed God. I didn't get no answers because I was asking the wrong questions. You have to ask the right questions. Other character says, like what? Go back to them and it says, has anything you've done made your life better?
Oh my God. Can you do it one more time, just slower?
There was a moment when I used to blame everything and everyone for all the pain and suffering and vile things that happened to me, that I saw happen to my people. Used to blame everybody, blamed white people, blamed society, blamed God. I didn't get no answers because I was asking the wrong questions. You have to ask the right questions. Like what? Has anything you've done made your life better?
It's that last line. Oh my God. What movie is this? I'm blanking.
American History X. Yeah, it's in the prison where
the laundry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, man.
Changes him.
That's a fucking heavy movie.
Yeah, it's really great, man. We should cover it sometime. I haven't seen it in a long time.
It might be one of those movies that is kind of controversial to talk about. Too controversial.
I don't think it's controversial. It shows how evil discrimination and racism is.
Yeah.
You know?
You know what? We should do it.
Yeah, it's not controversial.
People
at all.
really like it.
Yeah, it's about how
Yeah.
Edward Norton's character changes into a decent human being.
All right. Guess this movie release year. It's a classic. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Battlefield Earth.
2010.
2000.
Oh, I was thinking Battle LA.
No,
Yeah.
Battlefield Earth.
Yeah,
the
Battlefield
Scientology
Earth.
movie.
Yeah.
Scientology Origins.
Origins.
John Travolta, Forrest Whitaker, Origins.
Man, what a classic. Barry Pepper.
Oh yeah.
That was his. He took that role after Saving Private Ryan. Ouch.
I mean, it's a $150 million movie.
Yeah, he probably got paid. All right, Paths of Glory. It's Kubrick's war film.
$1965. I knew it was old, but I didn't realize
It was
that
an
old.
early Kubrick movie. Very early. Have you ever seen The Killing?
No.
You should watch it. It's
I
really
will.
his first movie.
Movie pop quiz time. How many Wes Anderson movies has Owen Wilson been in?
Haha, good question. 1, 2.
And if you can, extra bonus points, name them. Wow.
3. Oh wow. I'm going 5. No, 6. 6.
7.
7.
So you got Bottle Rocket.
Oh, I was gonna name them.
Okay. Actually, I think it's actually 8. I missed one.
It's 6.
No, I'm an
It's
extra
8?
one.
Oh,
Yeah,
an
I think it's
extra.
8.
Oh, he must have voiced some characters.
Oh, no. Yeah. It's 8.
It's 8.
Wait, no. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 8.
You sure about that?
Nope, it's 7.
All right,
Because
so
he's not in Rushmore. He helped write and produce it.
yeah. So Bottle Rocket,
1,
Tenenbaums,
2,
Darjeeling,
3.
Budapest, Life Aquatic, French Dispatch,
6.
and then
You're missing 1.
what is it?
Ball Rocket. I should have written the list down. I was just looking
Fucking
at Tenenbaums.
fucking amateur.
Unless
he voiced a character.
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Who'd he voice?
Coach Skip.
Oh, damn it. He's such a tiny role. I didn't even think of that.
So 7 total. He's not been in all of them. Like, he wasn't in Isle of Dogs. He wasn't in Moonrise.
Correct.
He was in French Dispatch, though, recently, like you said.
Mm-hmm. I got all the live action ones. Okay, what was Guy Ritchie's third film?
Lock, Stock, then Snatch, then... Third. It wasn't... Oh. Crap. That's a good question. Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels.
That's his first.
Snatch. Fucking... Crap, what year? What was he doing in the early 2000s? Snatch was like 2001. And then Rock and Roll, I feel, is like 2007. What did he do in between? The fuck did he do in between?
The fuck?
Fuck. Am I going to punch the air?
No, you're not going to punch the air. I bet you haven't even heard of it.
I don't know.
Swept Away.
I have not seen that.
It's a remake of an Italian film about two people who were on a sailing trip. They're not together, but they kind of can't stand each other. One's a communist, one's a capitalist, and then they get shipwrecked on an island together, and it's about they're like constantly bickering the whole time. So he made a remake of that.
So it's kind of like what came out last year, the cruise movie.
Oh, Triangle of Sadness.
Triangle of Sadness,
yeah, but just with two people,
Yeah.
and Madonna is the lead.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's where they met, I guess.
No, he was making music videos for her. That's where they met.
Well, great question.
Thanks.
That was a
man.
really good one. I'm gonna have to check it out. All right, let's get
It's
into.
got like an under 5 on IMDb.
Let's get into. Have you seen it?
No,
Oh.
I've seen the Italian one.
What are we looking at for haters, unsubscribes, Anthony? What we got?
Well, we just recorded yesterday, so
True.
We
We probably
did
have
all of
nothing.
our unsubscribes.
It's all good.
So I didn't see any. Wait, no, I got one. From Preston. James taking a big swing here, recommending a movie on a streaming platform with a WJ strike captain in the studio, unsubscribed.
Yeah, that's true.
That cracked me up. But yeah, that was the only one because we did. I did all the unsubscribed yesterday.
We have a great new 5-star review.
Yes.
From the real Jared Berry. This is on Apple. So you can leave 5-star reviews on Spotify and Apple, but on Apple you can actually write a review, which we love to read. First-time listener, long-time commenter.
Aw.
Absolutely peak podcast. I've been listening since the OG Harry Potter review, and it is entertaining, informing, funny, and has deepened my love for film. If you like banger podcasts with bros that like film but aren't film bros, you'll love this. P.S. I couldn't think of a good segue into this, but unsubscribed.
Love that. I like being bros that love film but aren't film bros. I like that.
I think, the film bro term is starting to change, man. It's starting to evolve.
Mm-hmm.
I think people are sick of it because hey, there's nothing wrong with liking Pulp Fiction,
There's nothing wrong with loving Taxi Driver.
Yeah, they're freaking great movies for a reason.
Yeah. And I bet most of the people who criticize film bros for liking Taxi Driver haven't even seen Taxi Driver.
Probably not.
They just have like a preconceived notion about what it is.
It's just guys that like movies. It's just like, ugh, how dare they like the same movies?
How dare they like great movies?
How dare I? How dare you?
You're going to be weeping when you say that.
It's an amazing Spider-Man reference.
Sick reference, bro.
Sick reference. Streaming recommendation.
What do you got?
I got Leon the Professional, or just Leon, depending on what country you're in, is on Netflix now.
Nice pick. I selected Network on HBO Max,
Nice, dude.
which is still one of the most relevant movies of its age to this day, and it was made in 74 or 76. And it's about, the media and its corruption and how, it can change public opinion and how it can be monetized and taken advantage of by the real powers that be. And it's a really sensational movie.
It's deep stuff, Anthony. Deep stuff. Now let's get back into the Dark Knight and take a deep dive into the fundraiser.
The fundraiser!
The fundraiser. We finally got to it.
This whole episode has been leading to this fundraiser.
Now, but
Uh-oh.
I still think we're missing some stuff.
Like what?
I think we're missing the assassinations. We're missing.
That's after, man.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh, man.
Yeah. This is after. Those are
No,
after.
no, they're not.
Yes, they are.
They lead up to this. They lead up to the fundraiser.
Mm-mm.
How much you want to bet?
Some money, some serious cheddar cheese.
I feel like the scene where...
So the assassinations happen after the assassination, after we think Gordon's dead. Wait, no. So
I'm talking about the killing inside that apartment that Gordon and Batman go to.
Sure. Oh my God, I think you're right.
And so then remember Gordon says,
I just want to get to this fundraiser.
no, man, we got to back up. So before the fundraiser, that I think it's a police officer is killed, and Joker has named his next
targets
inside the newspaper, and it's the mayor. And so,
and also DNA of the commissioners found on the card that was given to the judge.
Something like that.
Yes,
yeah,
that's it. Yeah.
And also, Batman carves out the brick to take ballistics or take fingerprints off a bullet.
Fingerprints.
You're gonna take a ballistics off a shattered bullet?
Fingerprints.
Yeah, we gotta back it up. Okay, so these people get killed, and then we have.
Shit, this is harder than I thought it was
and
gonna
then
be.
we have the assassinations on the commissioner drinking the alcohol that's laced with poison, and then the mayor who there's a knock on her front door, and those two guys give her an envelope that says
she's not the mayor.
Or I mean, she's the
judge.
And she said, and they say we don't
even know where you're going.
And then her car blows up, and
Yes.
Joker cards fly everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Commissioner drinks. He's like, a threat's been made against your life. You can't go anywhere. Gordon's there. He's like, I figured out a solution to this problem years ago. He goes to drink,
And then the music's building and building, and then
yeah.
But before this, before all that though, we do get the introduction of the fundraiser, of Bruce walking in.
So this is all happening at the same time.
Exactly. So Bruce,
it's the same day.
Yeah. So Rachel and Rachel, we got this. Rachel and Harvey walk into the fundraiser. He's being super nervous. He doesn't like these kinds of people, and she's like,
because there's no way they would go if they knew all this was happening.
Scared stiff by the trust fund brigade, and then he talks to Alfred. He's like, any crazy ex-boyfriends I should know about?
You have no idea.
Exactly. Then Bruce rolls up like a boss in a helicopter with two models by his side, and then he gives his campaign speech of endorsing Harvey. First, he kind of teases him. Those god-awful campaign commercials, I believe in Harvey Dent.
Good job, Harvey.
Great slogan, Harvey. But then he started paying attention because of the time he's been spending with Rachel and seeing how great Harvey is and how he is, in a way, the future that Gotham needs.
Exactly. And then that conversation with Rachel and Bruce when he throws his champagne off the...
He's like, I don't fucking
ledge.
drink.
Harvey may not know when you're making fun of him, but I do.
Yes.
I meant every word I said. And this is where we have...
And then he makes the plea of... He basically says...
You once told me that
if
Gotham no longer needed
needs
Batman, we could be together.
Yeah, exactly.
Is this still true?
Yeah. So he's pronouncing his love for her in hopes that, like, if Batman doesn't have to exist anymore, they can be together. Then we go to this montage.
Wait. Hold on a second. That happens in Bruce's... Oh, I know, they kiss in the penthouse. Because... When does Rachel say, right now, Bruce's penthouse is the safest place in the city?
After the shooting.
After the shooting of the mayor?
The snipe, yeah. The shooting.
Cool. All right. Okay, cool. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a little bit later on. And then we have the introduction of We Are Tonight's Entertainment.
Yeah.
But Bruce isn't here yet. I mean, first some thugs come in, right?
So what happens is Bruce and Rachel are talking. No. Harvey and Rachel are talking, and then he kind of insinuates, it makes you think who you want to spend the rest of your life with. He's kind of insinuating, maybe we should get married without without formally saying it.
She's probably like, bro, I'm just trying to hook up.
I thought we were just having fun. And then Bruce comes in and puts him in a headlock and he chokes him out.
Because
and then
people
he
are breaking in.
puts him in a safe room, and then Bruce tells Rachel to make sure Harvey's safe, and he locks the door. Then
she's like, what are you doing?
Exactly. Then Joker arrives with his thugs, and then in the other room in the hallway, Bruce walks past that couple who were getting it on.
Oh, thank God you have a panic room.
And then he goes into his panic room. Well, not his panic room, but like the hidden room, and then closes the door on them. He's like, great. So then...
It both is a great... It's Batman stuff, but like
Yeah.
no one can go in there. But at the same time, on the surface, it shows that this narcissistic billionaire isn't going to help anybody.
Exactly,
So
yeah,
it's
it
perfect
works.
for public persona.
It works. Be like, Bruce Wayne, he wouldn't even let us go in his panic room. So you're right. And also, he takes out that thug who calls him a pretty boy, takes apart his shotgun before that.
Right.
And then he goes into a safe room. And then we cut to Joker terrorizing the party, having fun, looking.
We are tonight's entertainment.
Keeps asking for Harvey Dent.
Have you seen Harvey? You know where Harvey is? Harvey, you heard of him? You know where he is? You remind me of my father. I hated my father.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
It's a great scene, man. It's terrifying. It's disturbing, and the how he deflates the room basically, and just his voice is just heard. But then we have that slow cello build as he's telling another story of how I got my scars, which he's about to say. He's telling a story to the guy he's interrogating, who says, "We're not intimidated by thugs like you. You remind me of my father. I hated my father. You wonder how I got these scars?" But then he sees Rachel.
She talks. She says something.
He says, I'll settle for his friends and loved ones.
She says something. What does she say to get his attention?
That's enough. Something like that.
Something like that.
Just like,
yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, and then he...
Oh, you must be Harvey's little squeeze. And you are beautiful.
Then he does the story, yeah. And then we get the great rotating camera, which is one of my favorite shots of the whole film.
Come here. You want to know how I got these scars?
Yeah, just like spinning around the two actors.
I had a wife who gambled too much and got in deep with the sharks. Great story.
They carved up her face, and then he says, I wanted to let her know that I didn't care about the scars. something like that.
So I stick a knife in my mouth and I do this
To myself.
And the funny thing is, she can't stand the sight of me. Now I see the funny side. I'm always smiling.
Oh, yeah. What are you gonna load of me?
No, because Rachel punches him, and she goes, whoa, yeah, you got a little fight in you. I like that.
What are you gonna load of me? Boom!
No, well, you're gonna love me.
Well, you're gonna love me. Sorry.
Just like the pre-med ballerina. Wait till you get a load of me. Is that what you're saying? Wait until you get a load of me?
Yeah. That's a phrase.
No, it is, but he says you're gonna love me.
Well, you're gonna love me. Yeah, I think he does say that. Yeah, I think you're right. Then a fun little fight between him and his thugs, and then Joker even reveals his little nifty knife boot that he just pops it up. So he has a fan and an affinity for knives.
Kicks it into Batman's stomach.
Absolutely.
And then he gets a hold of Rachel, and what's Batman say?
Let her go.
Very poor choice of words.
He throws her off the roof. Rachel!
It's pretty sick that Batman just dives off the building and catches her. It's pretty awesome.
I would have loved to see how Joker got away from the building.
True. He probably
it's not that important,
Yeah, we don't need to. He probably just booked it out of there, you know.
Not that important.
You know what I mean? Batman just fell into a taxi 80 stores below.
And this is the rare use of green screen from Nolan, where this is obviously built on a soundstage, and then they threw Maggie Gyllenhaal off the ledge, but there was just like obviously safe landing right there, and then their cityscape behind is just a green screen that they put in after the fact.
It works super well.
Looks great. Looks really good.
Yeah, there's a bunch of scenes in this movie where the background and windows are just green with the city in the backdrop, like the Lao escape and stuff like that. They're not actually on a skyscraper flying outside of it.
Absolutely.
But the shots of him on the skyscraper, those are real.
Very
real as hell.
Very real.
But it's really just the background through the window, stuff like that. Now, so
let's not do that again.
Where's Harvey?
Do you want a kiss?
Where's Harvey? He's okay.
Why do you care about Harvey so much?
I just saved your fucking life.
Harvey.
What about me?
Sorry.
All right, now
we cut to
is now the mayor's speech of the commissioner's death.
So it's gonna be the celebration, the
celebration of
the parade. What would you call it? Parade service?
Yeah, it's like it's a funeral.
Yeah, but it is a parade though.
So hold on, but let's back it up a little bit. So I believe there's a sequence. So the parade's going on. It's about to happen, as well as Bruce is down in his bunker.
This
with
is
Alfred.
Bruce and Alfred talking about the rubies.
The rubies, the size of grapefruits, as well as
I saw a child playing with the ruby the size of a tangerine.
And he's telling about how he was working with people there, smugglers, and they had to burn the whole forest down to find this pirate that was stealing all the rupees and jewels, and he was just throwing them away because he just wants to watch the world burn.
It's good
because they were
sport.
looking at the security cam footage of the Joker and the crimes he's been committing, as well as
Alfred's saying this theme where nobody understands the Joker, and whether it be the gangsters, criminals, or law enforcement, or Batman, Bruce. They all think that Joker wants something, that he's trying to get something, that he wants money, or he wants to do something, or he wants to build an empire. He doesn't want anything. He just wants to cause chaos. He wants to watch the world burn, as Alfred says. Some men want to watch the world burn. And that's Joker is a parallel to the bandit in that story of someone just doing it because, you know what? Why not? It's fun. And that's who the Joker is, and he's trying to make Bruce understand that.
And because also he got a fingerprint analysis off that bullet, and so with that bullet and the fingerprints, he was able to find a location and an address and an apartment. And so this is where he takes off on the motorcycle. I meant like an apartment building.
I'm sorry. Sometimes you just like say 6 things when you just have to say one thing.
Sometimes I just start talking. I don't know where it's gonna go. And at the same time, this is when they're having the celebration for the death of the commissioner. the parade funeral of the commissioner.
But also we get Batman on a motorcycle without a mask. It's just Bruce.
It's just Bruce.
Yeah, undercover. Plainclothes Batman. It's great. I love it. Which they did in The Batman.
I
Plainclothes.
think a little earlier there's a scene where the accountant brings something up about the funds at Bruce Wayne in the R&D department.
This is when he tries to blackmail Lucius.
I believe it happens around here, where he says, "Don't tell me you didn't recognize your baby pancake police cars on the 6 o'clock news."
So he says, "So you think your client, one of the most powerful, wealthiest man in the world, is a vigilante who spends his time beating criminals to a pulp
with his bare hands,
and your plan is to blackmail this person?"
Go ahead and
good luck.
That. Yes, because then later on he goes on the TV show.
Yeah.
All right, so now we have the big funeral service for the commissioner.
Parade.
Bruce is on his way. He's going after the apartment where he got the address from the fingerprints.
Yes.
Where he finds all the guys tied up, as well as their clothes were taken because they're police officers. And Jim Gordon's down with the parade with all the police, and he's there just trying to watch the mayor who's giving a speech about the commissioner.
Yeah, giving a speech on stage. And
then of course
you hear the echo of the mayor's speech reverberating through the halls and rooms of this apartment building as Bruce is entering this room.
And then there's an alarm that goes off in the apartment that he's in, and a window flaps open, and a sniper shoots.
Well, first he finds a bunch of cops who have been tied, undressed, and blinded. What do you call it? Not blinded, but
blindfolded.
Blindfolded. Thank you.
Hope there's some poured bleach in their eyes. Pretty fucked up.
And then the window thing.
Then the sniper shoots at the window and then never addresses it.
Yeah.
It's like some lady.
What'd you shoot at?
Don't worry about it. Some lady was putting out some clothes to dry.
Is it a threat still? Don't worry about it, man.
And then we have the.
But it was happening during the salute gunfire. That's why no one notices it. Yeah, the 21 gun salute.
And so then we see the Joker is actually in disguise without makeup as one of the cops in the salute. Fires at the mayor. Jim Gordon jumps in front of the bullet, and then chaos ensues.
And David Dashmachian is also plays the role of Joker's like assistant criminal here, like helping him out. They both tried to shoot the mayor at the same time.
Then Harvey Harvey kidnaps him, Dismalkian's character, with the ambulance because on his shirt it says Rachel Dawes, and he's laughing about it because he notices it. And so he kidnaps him and handcuffs him to inside. Oh, he's already handcuffed inside the ambulance. He just steals the ambulance because he was arrested because he was caught by the other cops. But Joker got away, and then Bruce.
This is, by the way, it was a great set piece.
Yeah,
I love the shot that Nolan does of, and I remember it being very impressive in the trailer of where we're leading Harvey as he's walking through the crowd, and then people are running around, and then there's a gunshot, and he ducks, and like everybody in the background ducks. And I remember seeing that in the trailer, being like, "Wow, this is a really big movie."
Scope is huge. And then, so basically everyone gets away, and then we go to Harvey interrogating this guy outside the ambulance in some random, like, street, some random alley in the dark at night, and he's using his coin, which we have seen the reveal of is double-sided heads.
We don't know that yet, do we? Oh, do we know that?
We know it. Yeah, we do know it.
No, we don't know it. It's not until Rachel sees it, and then she says, "You make your own luck." So right now, we think that he's really doing basically Russian roulette in a way.
Because then Batman shows up and catches the coin midair.
You leave a man's life to chance.
What do you expect to learn from a man like that? Sorry.
I thought you were going to do Harvey's line. Not exactly.
Not exactly.
What do you expect to learn from him? just the kind of mind the Joker attracts. He's a paranoid schizophrenic.
And then Batman's telling him if anyone was here, if anyone saw what was happening right now, all of those criminals would be released from prison and you'd be arrested, and everything we'd done would be in vain. The deaths of the commissioner and the judge, and they think the mayor would have been in vain as well.
And then Batman tells him that he's going to give in to the Joker's demand and reveal himself, and then Harvey's like, You can't give in!
You can't give in!
And then
this is where we start to see Harvey is really turning.
Well, I think it was when when he kidnapped someone. That's when he's turning. Yeah, but what Nolan did a great. I remember there was some criticism when the film first came out where people were like, Harvey turned on a dime after Rachel's death, and it was so out of character for him. But I'm like, no, the guy kidnapped somebody.
Yeah.
Well before Rachel was killed. Like, it shows that he has, and also knocking that criminal out in the courtroom. Nolan's put breadcrumbs in hints and signs that there was a darkness to him, and there is an extreme nature of violence within him.
Two-sided, like Gordon says, that what was my nickname down there? Two-Face, because he's a two kind of personality person.
Yeah, so I mean, he kidnaps another person, breaking the law, and he's the DA. Like, clearly, it wasn't like out of nowhere the turn of events for Harvey to become a murderer.
Exactly. Then we have Bruce and Alfred watching the TV, and Bruce has told him that he's going to turn himself in, and then he says, "What would you have me do?" Oh, this is when they're in their bunker, I think.
The bunker.
And Alfred says, "Endure, Master Wayne, endure." And then it's a really funny joke where he's like, "Just burn." They're burning everything.
Yeah.
And he says,
"I'm gonna tell everybody it was your idea."
Yeah. I'm gonna tell. Really good. And then the press conference where
really good.
It's supposed to be Harvey saying that the Batman's going to turn himself in. And then he says, and Bruce is about to walk forward. He's there. But then Harvey says, "All right, take me in. I'm the Batman."
I am the Batman.
Gets cuffed up. It's a really clever plan by Harvey.
Yeah.
And then it's him with Rachel before he gets put inside the armored
SWAT car.
The armored truck.
Yeah.
And
this is where we see the reveal that the coin is actually double-sided.
What's she ask him?
She asks him, well,
Harvey.
Oh my God. So wait, no, hold on. First,
it's about their relationship.
Well, first, Rachel is mad at Bruce for letting Harvey take the fall.
Yeah.
She tells him, and then
this is in the suite.
Exactly.
In the kiss.
Yeah. And then Bruce is like, "Hey, it's his life."
Not my problem.
I missed the part where that was my problem.
Bully McGuire.
I forgot the part where that was my problem. Oh man.
So that's where they have this. They're in the suite and they have the kiss. Can we be together if Batman no longer needs Gotham? And then we have the scene outside the armored truck where they're talking, I think, about their relationship or something. In Harvey flips the coin. I can't remember what the coin tosses about. Then she catches it. You make your own luck, like you said. Then he gets the armored truck. And this is one of the best action set pieces ever filmed in general. Not just in an action movie or in a movie, but in comic movies, but ever.
And other than the amazing practical camera work they did with the actual stunt team coordinators in the vehicles, there was a lot of miniature work in this as well. A lot of the vehicles, when they're crashing, and they built these great miniatures. Miniatures were probably about the size of this table here, maybe a little bit bigger, and sometimes smaller.
Sometimes even smaller than that.
But for example, like when the truck crashes, when the tumbler slams into the trash truck, that was all miniature work, and it really looks fantastic. And I mean, it makes me think, like, I wish they would still do that much miniature work for stunt sequences. You know what I mean? In other movies, because CGI just looks too clean sometimes, and just like
He's like dancing,
too animated,
it's too clean.
But then, I mean, when actual things are hitting each other, actual objects, like they're moving in a way that's unpredictable. You know what I mean? And you really capture that improvisational nature of movement when you're actually doing it for real.
And the sequence is incredible. Let's go through it real quick. They're in the armored truck. They are diverted by a fire truck that's on fire. They have to go underground on those underground roads and tunnels, which they don't want to do.
We'll be turkeys on Thanksgiving down there.
And then we have the reveal of the Joker and his crew and their garbage trucks and their slaughters, the best medicine instead of laughter's the best medicine. And they blow up the truck in front of the one that's holding Harvey. Joker
He tries out a few different weapons.
Yeah,
I love
Uzi,
it, yeah.
shotgun, then was that rocket
Bazooka?
Was that bazooka? And then Batman shows up with his tumbler, takes out the garbage truck,
and then
starts
Joker's
coming
like,
after. And then sacrifices his tumbler in front of the rocket that's going to take out Harvey's truck. One of the trucks gets blasted into the water. This was all filmed in Pittsburgh.
But yeah, I mean, when the truck leaves that little underground tunnel and just crashes into the water, like Nolan and Lee Smith, the editor, they hold that for like a good 5 seconds, and the helicopter's just pushing in slowly. But like, I love it when he'll just hold a shot, and it's just fantastic. You just see how it hits the water, the sound it makes. It's just fantastic.
Yeah, and then we have them getting out of the tunnel, and we also have the Bat Pod emerging from the tumbler, his motorcycle. Then we have, you can see the huge influence of heat on this movie and these big set pieces and crashes and collisions. We have that flip over of the 18-wheeler, which was done practically in real life.
Rack 'em up, rack 'em up,
Absolutely incredible, which is when Batman goes through that mall, then he hits those wires.
I love, one of my favorite sound designs for any vehicle is the Bat Pod. It's really fantastic. And they took
it has kind of like a Star Wars quality to it, like the sound of the engines.
I think they took a Lamborghini engine and blended it with a couple other sounds, if I remember correctly. I remember watching the DVD special features, and I think what's also really cool is that Nolan likes to work out of his house. And so out of his home, like in his garage, like they were putting together the tumbler and stuff, and like the production designer and costumers, like they like work out of his home. He likes to be near everything, and it's just a really fascinating process to, obviously he doesn't have his own studio, but he likes to make his home like his place of work in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I've seen a photo of like him and his kid when one of his sons was young, and the tumbler, the Bat Pod's just like in their driveway.
Yeah, exactly, at their home. And it's just really, like, they were building the Bat Pod there at his place. You know what I mean?
Very cool stuff. And then obviously the great sequence of the Joker.
Well, hold on, what do you think about the Bat Pod going up the wall?
Fuck it. Fuck it.
That shot's great.
He's got a spaceship in the next one.
But basically, I mean, the flipping of the truck is just really, it's fantastic because it's a great use of obviously cinematography and stunt work, but then sound design. Because he drops the music, music cuts out, and then we just hear like the. It's just an amazing sound effect
like
they
the
created.
Echo of bending metal.
Yeah, exactly. Really cool. Exactly, yeah.
It's very cool, and Joker has his assault rifle, and he's shooting at cars as he sees Batman coming to him in the distance, and he wants Batman to hit him. Come on, I want you to hit me. I want you to hit me. Do it. I want you to hit me. I want you to do it. Hit me! And what happens? Batman backs out last second because
he's a bitch.
He's not a killer yet. And then he crashes into the side.
You're insinuating
of the truck.
The Zack Snyder Batman?
Batman, Dark Knight kills some people.
Who's he kill?
No, like off camera, like people are dying from Batman.
I guess so, yeah.
It happens.
I know what you're talking about.
And unconscious, and Joker and his cronies go over to interrogate, and one of them gets zapped as he tries to remove his mask. And he spits on him.
I gotta say, this meme of Heath Ledger doing a kickflip over Christian Bale is a Photoshop.
It's fake. The skateboard's fake.
It's a still from the movie that someone photoshopped the skateboard underneath Heath Ledger.
It's not a still. It's a set photo.
A set photo. Okay, thank you.
So a photographer on set took that photo
of him jumping right at this moment.
Yeah, and someone put a skateboard. It's hilarious.
But it's actually true. Like Heath Ledger.
Well, it's not a true photo. Yeah.
No, but Heath Ledger would like hang out on set on his off days, and I saw his interview where Nolan said that he was very curious about filmmaking and would just like hang out and watch them film scenes, and would ride his skateboard to set.
Man, I bet you he would have became a director.
Well, yeah, he directed a Modest Mouse video right before his death, so he wanted to. He also was planning to direct a film.
That's right.
Yeah.
He was gonna do.
He was in pre-production on a film.
We talked about it on an episode. I can't remember
what
which
the film
movie it was.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. It's too bad. He probably would have been a great filmmaker. Such a great artist. And we have the reveal that Jim Gordon faked his death as Joker is about to pull his knife out and cut off the mask. Just give me a moment, one moment. And Jim Gordon is
He's like, just give me a second, please.
And Gordon was driving the truck the whole time.
Yeah. You do play things close to the chest. That's said like 3 times in this movie.
And then Gordon goes to his home and is also, his wife slaps him but is happy to see him. But also, I forgot, after Jim's death, Batman is at his wife's house. And when the cops come to tell her, and she's like, "It's your fault!
You brought this evil on us! You did!"
Then we have the arrest of the Joker, and he's being processed, and he's in his jail cell, and we have the great dialogue between the mayor and Gordon, and the mayor's
promotes
asking,
him.
Yeah, promotes him to, you got the big job, Commissioner Gordon! And Joker is clapping alongside everybody else. Nothing in his pockets but knives and lints. No fingerprints. Nothing.
What
no
a
DNA
great
match.
trailer line.
Yeah.
That was great in the trailer.
It's really incredible. And we see...
There was so much curiosity about him.
Yeah. Clothes, custom.
God.
Everything's custom, handmade. So there's nothing that... You can't trace anything about him.
Yeah.
Not his DNA, fingerprints, clothing, shoes, nothing.
It's interesting that he has no criminal history. Because if you have a criminal history, your fingerprints will be on record. So it's not like he's John Doe in 7 where he takes off his fingerprints. He's never been convicted of a crime or arrested at all before this.
Been waiting.
Yeah, he has, in a way, been waiting.
What have you been doing? Biding your time. See, that's a meta reference. You brought up 7, and I referenced 7.
Great, wow. Whoa. Man, you know your stuff,
That was very applicable as well.
Yeah, it was relevant.
And we also have this eerie situation where some of his cronies have upset bellies and not feeling so well. Boss said he take out the paint and fill it with sunshine and rainbows and bright lights. And at the same time, no, first we have the interrogation.
Oh, yeah.
Interrogation scene between Batman and
Do you want to pull out the dialogue?
Should we pull it? Yeah, because we're already calling the scene. But the scene opens up with Jim Gordon with the Joker. And he's like, oh, like, good cop, bad cop routine. Not exactly. Turn light. Never start
good cop, bad cop routine.
And Batman slams his head down. Never start with the head. Your victim be getting all fuzzy. You can never feel the next attack.
But also, beforehand, Gordon mentions that, Harvey Dent never made it home.
Oh, yeah.
And Rachel Dawson's,
Who'd you leave him with?
Yeah, exactly.
Who's your people?
Yeah, exactly. And then he says, I was here with you guys. You know what I mean?
Who'd you leave him with?
All right, let's pull the dialogue so we can do, and we're gonna try and do the performance of the scene.
Do you have a link for it?
I'm looking for it right. I meant to get it beforehand.
I wish you did, man.
Shut up.
Here, I got it. Let me send you a link. It's coming your way.
I got it.
Got it?
Oh, I got fucking ads. Ads on every website, man.
I can just send you the one I got.
Yeah, send me that one if it's clean.
I got you, bro. It's coming your way in 3, 2, 1, send.
Got it.
All right.
Got it. Man, what a cool poster.
Never start with the head. The victim gets all fuzzy.
Oh, that's where I was already.
You can't feel the next. See?
You wanted me. Here I am.
I wanted to see what you'd do, and you didn't disappoint. You let 5 people die, then you let Dent take your place.
Even to a guy like me, that's cold.
Where's Dent?
Those mob fools you want dead so they can get back to the way things were, but I know the truth. There's no going back. You changed things forever.
Then why do you want to kill me?
Kill you? I don't want to kill you. What would I do without you? Go back to ripping off mob dealers? No. You complete me.
You're garbage who kills for money.
Don't talk like one of them. You're not, even if you'd like to be. To them, you're a freak, like me. They just need you right now. But as soon as they don't, they'll cast you out, like a leper.
The Joker looks into Batman's eyes, searching.
Their morals, their code, it's a bad joke, dropped at the first sign of trouble. They're only as good as the world allows them to be. You'll see. I'll show you. When the chips are down, these civilized people, they'll eat each other. See, I'm not a monster. I'm just ahead of the curve.
Batman grabs the Joker, pulls him upright. Interior observation room. One of the detectives moves to the door. Gordon stops him. He's in control. Interior interrogation room. Batman hoists the Joker up by the neck. Where's Dent?
You have these rules, and you think they'll save you.
I have one rule.
Then that's the rule you'll have to break to know the truth.
Which is?
The only sensible way to live in this world is without rules. And tonight, you're gonna break your one rule.
I'm considering it.
There are just minutes left, so you're gonna have to play my little game if you want to save one of them.
Them?
For a while, I thought you really were dead, the way you threw yourself after her.
Batman drops the Joker, rips up a bolted down chair, and jams the chair underneath the doorknob. He then picks up the Joker and hurls him into the two-way glass. The glass splinters. The Joker, bleeding from nose to mouth, laughs at Batman.
Oh, look at you go. Does Harvey know about you and his little buddy?
Joker smashes into the wall, slides to the floor. Batman stands over him. A man possessed. Where are they?
Killing is making a choice.
He grabs the Joker, holding him close. Batman punches the Joker across the face hard. Where are they?
You choose one life over the other. Your friend, the district attorney, or his blushing bride-to-be.
Batman punches the Joker again, and the Joker laughs.
You have nothing to threaten me with, nothing to do with all your strength. But don't worry, I'm going to tell you where they are, both of them, and that's the point. You'll have to choose. He's at 250 52nd Street, and she's at Avenue X at Cicero.
Batman drops him and leaves.
Who are you going for?
Rachel!
That's pretty good.
Good job.
That's
good job. Hey. Well done.
Kudos.
Well done.
How's your throat?
It's killing me. Avenue X at Cicero. We were trying to figure that out last week. Cicero. At Cicero.
250 52nd Street. 250 52nd Street!
Mm-hmm.
And then this whole sequence in montage is incredible. Dun, 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 dun. Harvey and Rachel both wake up tied to chairs with barrels of gasoline all over. Hello! Hello! Harvey! Thank God!
Okay.
And
Harvey's like, they're gonna save you. But I think Rachel knows.
Why would Joker give them speakerphones to talk to each other just to torment them?
Yeah,
that's why he's tormenting them, and he knows that Batman, thinking he's going after Rachel, is going to save Harvey Dent, which will kill Rachel because he knows the police won't make it in time to save Rachel. It's all done by design.
Oh yeah.
And he knows this will destroy Harvey and turn Harvey against everyone.
And then Harvey, trying to get out of his binds in the chair, falls onto the floor.
Wait, hold on. Harvey, to answer your question, yes, I'd love to marry you. Wait, no. Then Batman busts.
Hold on, you're skipping. He falls onto the floor and gets gasoline on half.
Well, you
of his
said
face.
boom.
Well, because you were doing Rachel's line.
No, but the explosion isn't yet.
The explosion happens right when she says, "I've been thinking about your question," and
nuh-uh.
Wait.
It happens after Batman busts in the door
You're
and
right,
Harvey's
you're
like,
right.
"Why are you coming for me?"
No.
And Rachel probably knows it's Batman, knows it's Bruce, and Bruce is like, "Fuck! God damn it!"
Well, no.
The look on his face is shock.
Yeah.
He can't believe it, but he has to go and save Harvey.
Pulls Harvey out, and then Rachel does her line.
Wait, somehow, boom!
Yeah.
Explosion.
Yeah.
Harvey's bomb goes off as well. The gasoline gets caught on fire as Batman's dragging him out, turning it into Two-Face.
It's tragic, and then we have the shot of the buildings exploded, Batman in his suit silhouette, that beautiful silhouette shot of standing with the blue behind him in the smoke.
What's to remind you of?
Heat.
Oh, yeah.
Standing in front of the
Neil,
ocean.
in front of the sunrise.
Really great reference. And then,
sunrise has that beautiful blue color that you can't match unless you actually shoot it at that time of the day.
we also forgot Rachel earlier goes to visit Alfred to give him an envelope, a letter to Bruce saying that she's picking Harvey. And he says, how will I know? She says, it's unsealed. Go ahead and read it. Read my drama.
The way you said it. So inviting.
Well, she's inviting him to read it. You know, that's the whole point.
But she's not like smiling. She's like,
goodbye, Alfred. And then now we have Bruce in his suite alone, obviously feeling the loss of Rachel.
well, he finds the coin.
Oh, yeah, he gets the coin.
In the rubble.
One side's burnt.
And then Gordon visits Harvey in the hospital while he's lying in bed, and he says, I'm so sorry.
Well, first, doesn't Alfred and Bruce have a scene when Bruce is still in costume as Batman without the mask, but Alfred has the letter, but he puts it away. He doesn't give it to him, I think.
He has it on the tray.
And so he says she was going to wait for me.
Yeah, and then he like nonchalantly takes the letter away.
Probably should not read this, dude.
He might like jump off this building.
Yeah, I'm sure she was going to wait for you, man.
She loved you.
I'm sure she loved you, bros.
What if, to spare you pain, I burned that letter?
Whew, heavy stuff. Now, hospital sequence yes, you're right. So first, Jim goes to visit Harvey. He says,
Batman also goes just to look at him, right?
No.
I thought he just like watches over his bed.
No, he does not go there.
He sleeps.
Gordon goes there, and we don't get a reveal yet of his mask until the end of the conversation. Nolan does a great job teasing it.
His mask?
I mean, the side of his face.
Oh, yeah.
He does a great job teasing it, like as he turns his head just really for a couple frames.
But he cuts away.
And we just get the exposition of the situation where Gordon says, the doctors say you're refusing skin grafts, you're accepting no medication because he wants to feel the pain.
No painkillers, yeah. And then it's revealed when he screams at Gordon. Yeah.
And he also accepts his name. This is what they call me, basically. Two-Face.
He's like, what do they call me?
Two-Face.
And then
Two-Face.
He says, why shouldn't I be who I really am? Something like that.
Like, why should I hide who I am?
Yeah, exactly. But what does he scream at Gordon? And that's when he...
Shut up!
Something like that.
It was the conversation of who they left him, who they left Rachel with, and who they left him with.
Yeah.
They're upset about someone was a mole, basically, undercover. Yeah. And then we have Joker gets there eventually to the hospital.
Well, are we missing something? No, I feel like there's something in between.
I think we're missing the stuff. The accountant is going to go on TV and reveal who Batman, the identity of Batman is.
Hold on. So
Batman also saves him.
What happens right after Gordon and Harvey in the hospital? Then it cuts to...
I believe this is where the accountant is going to go on TV.
He's like on TV.
So he goes on TV. He's going to reveal the identity of the Batman. And then he's being taken away because someone shoots up the TV set. So they have to escape.
And then Alfred and Bruce are in the suite, or in the apartment.
Then Bruce takes the Lambo, the purple Lambo.
Not very subtle. And then he says, "I'll take the Lamborghini, much more subtle." Yes.
He's like the Batmobile in broad daylight.
Batpod, not very subtle.
Broad daylight. And so then he saves the accountant with that oncoming truck because Joker says he's gonna blow up a hospital.
Yes.
He doesn't say which one until
Batman calls in during the guy's interview.
I'm gonna blow up a hospital unless Batman reveals his true identity, and that's where this guy is. No.
Unless the first person to kill Norman,
kill that guy,
Kyle. The guy's last name is Reese. Whatever it is. Yeah.
If someone doesn't kill Reese, I'm gonna blow up a hospital.
In 20 minutes, I'm gonna blow up a hospital.
In like 2 hours or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. Yes. Then Bruce saves him, and the cop Gordon's like, "Wow, that was a very brave thing you did, Mr. Wayne."
What? Trying to catch a light.
It's great stuff. Then he does that look to the accountant like, "I got you, bro. Don't forget, I saved you.
I'll fucking kill you."
And then he leaves, and someone shoots
I'll break my rule.
And then he leaves, and some guy just pops him in the head. And now, because of the fervor of the hospital explosions, this one's being evacuated.
Yes.
Harvey doesn't get evacuated yet because Joker
kills the person that was gonna pull him out of the room.
Disguises himself as a nurse, walks in. Hi.
Yeah, he's got the wig. I remember the theater erupted when he took that mask off.
Great conversation. Yeah. About basically he's pushing Harvey into the deep end of becoming just like him and becoming a criminal.
But also of enacting justice and justice against people who deserve it. And it's not so much about being a criminal or being law enforcement. It's about doling out your own justice, what you think is justice.
And also, Harvey wants to kill him immediately.
Yeah.
But he's like, I was in prison. I was in Gordon's cell. I didn't take Rachel.
Your plan. Your
It's
man.
Maroney's. No, don't. Yeah. And so basically,
Do I look like I got the plan?
I'm like a dog chasing cars. If I wouldn't know what to do with one if I caught one.
Yeah. So he's trying to show Harvey that the real people that caused Rachel's death, it's not me.
the schemers.
It's the schemers. It's Gordon. It's the cops.
I try to show the people with their schemes how pointless their plans really are.
Exactly.
Something like that.
And so then this gets Harvey kind of curious about this idea of thinking in perspective. And then he's like, oh, okay, it's time for my first brand of justice. I'm going to flip this coin basically heads or tails. And then
You live,
you die.
Oh, all right. Joker loves it too.
He says, now we're talking.
That's the thing about Chaos is Joker doesn't even care about if he dies right here. That's what I love
Yeah.
about the character. He's like just ready to fuck shit up.
But then there's also that theory. I'm not sure if I agree with it, but people have that theory of, because he gives Harvey the gun.
But he puts his thumb on
His thumb on the
the recoil chamber, whatever it is, whatever
gun
it's called.
talk's coming after you,
Yeah,
man.
sorry. The fucking lever thing. The
It's what's it called? Fucking whatever it's called. The little thing.
on the revolvers.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Sorry, guys.
So people say that he put his finger there so that it's impossible for Harvey to pull the trigger if it does land incorrectly. But I like the idea of he's just
Chaos.
letting it play out, because that's his theory. That's his ideology. You know, that's what he lives by.
And then the absolutely sensational, real explosion of this building, of the one take of Heath as the Joker, walking out, getting into that bus. Incredible. So sensational.
Yeah, and all of the debris that flies out of the building was actually real, and it was just styrofoam that they disguised as
Oh, I
concrete.
thought you were going to say it's real rock.
no,
Yeah, it's just foam.
Yeah, it was foam. So
Usually that's like any kind of debris in an explosion. It's just
yeah, but it wasn't like CGI stuff that they were blowing out of there. It was like they actually had this great behind the scenes documentary of the film on the Blu-ray extras, and so they filled metal barrels with this debris and then shot them all out of the windows during the explosion. It's all timed perfectly.
Next, moving on, we have the sequence where I think it's where Harvey is now suited up and he goes to get vengeance against the people that kidnapped him and Rachel. He
Yes.
goes to that
bar first.
where he takes out that cop, one of Maroney's guys, right?
Yeah.
And then also he goes into the back of Maroney's limousine
Yes.
and flips the coin. Maroney wins the coin, but then he flips the coin again. He's like,
He's not
so lucky. Who? Your driver. Then he buckles up.
Car crashes, and then he goes to Ramirez. Ramirez is spared, but he fucking punches her in the face.
Yeah, live to fight another day,
Yeah,
Lieutenant.
knocks her out. Yeah, damn.
So
Brutal.
he's staying true to his ideology as well.
Yeah,
A chance.
exactly. And I think that
Fairness. It's about what's fair.
Nolan set it up perfectly for this fall of this figure to become such a violent, murderous human being. But in his eyes, he's not murdering anyone. He's doing what justice. He's serving justice. He believes.
Now we also have Joker has these control of these two ships.
ferries.
These ferries. One is full of criminals. and
Well,
then-
first we get the pile of money.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
Pile of
Sorry,
money
I'm
scene.
moving-
Yeah,
There's so
with,
much
with
this
the
movie's-
Russian. Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of
Where's
scenes.
the Italian?
Yeah, there's a lot of scenes in this movie.
All right. So,
So, but first of all,
and Lau's on top of it.
yeah, I think first Batman goes to Maroni's club.
Oh yeah.
So he goes
Okay,
to
so-
goes to the club, fights the guys in the club, and then he takes Maroni, throws him out the window.
I can't hear anything you're saying. What makes you think I want to hear anything you say?
Just a, what does he say? It's a 20-foot drop.
Little word of advice: fall this low isn't gonna kill me.
I'm counting on it. Oh my god, guy's knees must have just fucking shattered.
You're right. Good point.
And
Forgot
then,
about
so
that.
she's trying to find out where the Joker is, and he thinks Maroni has an idea of where he is, and then Maroni's like, "You seen this guy? He's got no friends.
He
must have
You
friends.
seen this guy? You met this guy?
Tell me where he is."
And Maroni actually feels bad, so he gives him information, basically what he can.
And then he shames Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, "Why are you gonna let more people die?"
Take off that mask,
Yeah.
basically. All right, great point.
Then we get to the pile of money.
Joker, the pile of money.
Yeah.
and everyone's in shock that
More
he's
off-screen violence. People never point out that he burned Lau alive.
He's on top of the money.
Burned him to death.
And he throws a stack of money off his face.
Oh my God, perfect throw.
Everything burns. It's great. A great shot, great sequence.
And then he talks about, there's no need for having all that money because what he loves, bullets, gasoline. They're cheap. Yeah, that's dynamite.
This city deserves a better classic criminal, and I'm going to give it to them. Great scene. Lights that money on fire. And also, doesn't he threaten to blow up a bridge or something like that? Because that's why people are trying to get out of the city.
He panics the city by saying,
I'm going to blow up...
He says the bridge and tunnel crowd are in for a surprise.
Exactly.
Yes.
Some people are rushing to the ferries.
Yes.
At the same time as...
So bridges or tunnels are closed down, so the only way to get people off the island into the other part of the city is through the ferries.
Gotcha. So, and then one's filled with criminals, one's filled with citizens, and he's basically going to have them go against each other of, you both have a detonator, both ferries are lined with explosives, whoever blows up the other ship wins basically. At the same time, Lucius Fox and Bruce, he reveals his technology where he uses the cell phones of Gotham to make the mapping and sonar of the location to find the Joker. Bruce is like, I need to find him.
I need to find this man.
And Lucius says, consider me retired and I will have.
He says no one should have this power, and if this device stays on, Wayne Enterprises consider me retired.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I'm putting in my resignation after tonight's.
When you're finished, type in your name.
So yeah, so he finds the Joker in this other building across from the location of the ferries, overlooking it, and they mapped out the entire building with the cell phones of Gotham City, where they see all the thugs, and he's basically able to give him a play-by-play as he's using his mapping goggles at night to go level through level, take out the bad guys, as well as...
But first of all, Gordon and his SWAT team are on the other skyscraper nearby, and Batman goes to them, and he's like, give me a few minutes.
There's something wrong as well, because when he gets in there, he realizes that there's doctors and security guards.
Yes.
But the doctors are the security guards, and
the doctors are
fake hostages.
Yeah.
There's a swap of hostages.
Yeah.
So the doctors are the villains.
They've been disguised.
Yes. And the other guys have Uzis like taped to their hands or something like that.
And then it's Batman versus the SWAT team, which was so much fun because it's
a SWAT team and the criminals.
Yeah, because it was just like, I hadn't seen a movie where he fought cops before. Did he in any other movie? Battled cops?
A bunch of them? I don't think so.
I can't think of one. So it was really cool to see because, he has to be very careful. And then I love tying them all up and getting them all hanging off the edge of the building. And Hans Zimmer's score just going fucking crazy, ballistic, and it's just fantastic.
Yeah, and then he eventually goes up to fight Joker and his dogs as well. But also,
meanwhile, on the ferries,
some of the citizens want to blow up the criminals. Like, they've had their chance. They made their decisions.
They chose
in life.
to lie and steal.
And then one of the criminals, the biggest, meanest looking guy there, takes their detonator and throws it out the window, dooming them to potential death.
Life. Give it to me.
And then the citizens, they can't pull the trigger either.
In the most eager.
Wow. Yeah. But that happens later as Batman and Joker are fighting, and Joker's expecting it to happen. So they have their fight. Joker's beating him with that pole, and he gets him underneath that metal bearings. And he's like, ready, like we're gonna watch like the show. And he's like, here we go. And nothing happens. It doesn't explode.
There won't be any fireworks.
You gotta do everything yourself.
Yeah.
He says that great line, like, this city just showed you that it's ready
first
to
of all, you
believe.
gotta say, you want to know how I got these?
You want to know how I got... Well, that's the last thing he says. He says this city just showed you...
Oh, yeah. This city just showed you that it's ready to believe in good. It's full of people ready to believe in good.
Shows you that if you gotta get something done, you gotta do everything yourself. Hey, which reminds me, you wanna know how I got these scars?
No, but I know how you got these.
Gauntlet off the face, throws him over the edge.
Yeah. You do like a mix of Mario and Joker.
Should have practiced it better.
And then he pulls Joker up.
What
did you do? So
great upside down sequence where he's
like you just can't let me go. Something like that.
He says that I wouldn't leave the morals of Gotham to a fist fight with you. I have an ace up the sleeve. Mine's Harvey.
What did you do?
Oh, I brought him down to our world. Didn't take
Madness.
much. Madness, as you know, doesn't take much. Just a little gravity.
Exactly. And then, yeah, Batman doesn't say anything else.
No,
See you later.
He's like, fuck.
Oh, there's more to do. I just want to go home and get Postmates.
So he leaves Joker to get arrested as he's laughing. And then
And he's like maniacal at this point.
Yeah.
He's just completely lost it.
And Harvey
Hold on, I'm sorry. One of my favorite shots of all time, is Nolan and Pfister. The camera started out with Joker upside down, but they rotated the camera so that he's right side up, even though he's still hanging upside down. It's one of my favorite camera moves of all time, and still to this day, I have not. Have you seen a movie where one character's upright and one character's upside down, but they're both framed the same? I can't think of anything.
I've seen it attempted a few times, like the spinning of the camera like that, but off the top of my head, not really.
so
But I'm sure
great.
there's something out there.
I love it.
But let's get to Harvey has now still on his mission of vengeance of trying to find out who is responsible for Rachel's death. And he has now kidnapped Gordon's family, calls Gordon on the phone, and tells him to meet him where Rachel died.
Where his family died.
Where my family died, right? Also, I forgot where he calls Rachel on the phone and says, I love you, and she doesn't respond to anything. I love you!
Rachel?
Rachel must have cut out. Bad signal.
All these dudes are crazy.
And I can't. How does Batman know where they're going? He's just because he's Batman.
I
I think he's with Gordon.
No, he's not. Is he with Gordon? No, he called Gordon while Gordon was on the rooftop after Batman did all that shit.
Anyways, we have whatever it
He's
is.
Batman.
Yeah, he's Batman. So
Gordon probably told him.
Gordon meets Harvey, who has his family, and he's gonna execute his family using the coin.
Yes.
Give them the best shot that he has because it's about what's fair. Even though Gordon is trying to plead with him and beg him to punish him instead of his children and his wife, to kill him and punish me. Punish me, Harvey.
Punish me, Harvey. I am punishing you.
And then he flips the coin.
But then Batman shows up.
Then as he flips the coin, Batman tackles him.
No. Batman shows up, and then he gets shot.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. He says, point it at the people responsible. Because you were the best of us. Because Harvey's like, I'm the one who lost everything. And Batman's like, you didn't. Point it at the people. Responsible. Harvey.
But the music is so intense in this moment. It's that really dark track. It's similar to in Gladiator, the track called Busy Little Bee, where...
No, it's Am I Not Merciful?
And Busy Little Bee. They're very similar. But yeah, Am I Not Merciful?
Am I not merciful?
Where he learns the plans of Lucilla against him. Now we see Batman is shot, but then as Harvey...
Oh, no, Harvey's dumb. Like, he shot him, like, in the hip. Like, clearly he's not dead, man.
Not a great shot.
Get a headshot, man.
And he's about to kill Harvey's son, right?
Yes.
And then Batman tackles
Then
him
he tackles him.
off the roof.
They fall off.
Harvey falls. Batman's hanging, then he lets go.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they fall. Then Gordon goes. And Batman turns Harvey's head to reveal the good side of his face.
I killed those people.
Yeah.
It was me.
They'll hunt you.
I can take it.
It's just that great monologue to his son. He's like, he's our Dark Knight. He's the hero we deserve, not the one we need.
Yeah.
He's not the hero we need, not the one we deserve. Right?
He's the one, not the hero we need, but the one not the shit.
No, I think I said it right.
I think so. Yeah.
He's not the hero we need, the one we deserve.
It's not the hero we need right now. He's the one we deserve.
Something like that. Watchful Guardian.
A silent guardian, a watchful protector, the Dark Knight.
As he's running from the cops, goes on the bat pod, going up that hill, going on the highway. Nailed
And then
it.
the spotlight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty good job.
Yeah.
Wow, good job, man.
It was a little.
I think we did. It
was
bumpy.
tough. It was
There's a
tough.
lot of scenes in this movie, man.
Yeah, you forget how many. It's a very complex script.
And I'm sure we forgot some But I think we did a good job of
I think we got every scene.
realizing our mistakes
Yes.
and like going back a little bit.
I think we got every scene. It was just like, tough to get it right at first. Because it is a complicated screenplay.
It's
complicated.
long, man.
Yeah.
It's a long. It's like a 2-hour 20-minute movie, right?
It's 2:43, I think.
Is it that long?
Something like that,
Whew.
yeah.
Lots of scenes, lots of different actions going on, lots
yeah.
of different characters. But I think we did a pretty good job. I'm pretty proud.
Great acting, too.
Thanks. Great voice work.
Thanks.
I didn't think we were gonna do that well, honestly. We surprised ourselves, I think, or I'm surprised at our great effort.
It was a great effort.
Anyways, we hope you enjoyed this Movies from Memory on The Dark Knight, and it was an absolute blast. And I'm sure we'll do some more in the future. It's such a fun segment to do.
Rachel!
Thank you so much for tuning into Raiders of the Lost Podcast. Become a patron today at patreon.com/Raiders of the Lost Podcast. The best way to support the show. We appreciate your support all around the world. Take care, everyone.
See you next time.
Harvey! This episode was executive produced by our chosen one patrons, Cody Moen, Andrew Hagan, Becca Keene, Benjamin Cook, Calvin Murphy Griggs, Nicholas Martin, Darian Singleton, Tyler McFly, Andrew Hagan. Our chosen one patrons are our biggest supporters. Thank you so much. Raiders of the Lost Podcast is a mirror image production. Sound mixing done by Jacob Kossler. Opening music by Chase Jackson.